foliage for our Gainbridge Camaro here. It looks really good. We have Dan and his wife Cassidy here joining us for the first time. So it's an honor to bring those guys into our sport here. I'm excited for the opportunity to do that. And we know how to do it. We've done it multiple times here, put ourselves in a position to win, and we just have to execute. Execute on pit road, execute on pit road.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a great day.
Marty, I asked Corey how many times he re-watched last year's race in that new win. He said enough times.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, so Kim mentioned it, Kyle.
How y'all doing?
So give me a few drivers who you think view this as their opportunity with 8 races to go before the playoffs.
Okay, Michael McDowell. 6 of his 7 top 5 finishes have come on super speedway style racetracks, including the 2021 Daytona 500.
Yes, sir.
And he's only 10 points out below the cut line. Ricky Stenhouse. Let me say this. Ricky Stenhouse. Hey. All his wins have come on super speedways. And let me see this, buddy. He's got one of these things right here on Brad's finger. A Daytona 500 win. He can be more aggressive tonight. He's already got that in the bank. If he can be more aggressive. I don't know if he can be.
I hope so. For me, it's going to be Corey LaJoie. I mean, if you look at it, Corey has 2 top 5s in the Cup Series. Both came in his last 3 races here in Atlanta. And the thing I've noticed mostly for his race team, there's an uptick in performance for that Spire Motorsport performance group. So I'm looking for Corey to rebound. And then the other is going to be Eric Jones. I'm looking at Eric Jones, top 10s in his last 2 races here. He had a big cup win, obviously, at Daytona. They had the 60-point penalty earlier this year.
Getting ready for some racing here. Got racing in just about 25 minutes.
I'm going to go with Brad Kay if I get a vote.
That's yours. That's a good one.
Thank you. That's a good if I got a vote. Remember, he was leading on the last lap here in the spring.
That's right.
Drafting races, absolutely his wheelhouse. So much to fight for with only 8 chances left to earn a spot in the playoffs. And is it desperation time yet? Brad and Kyle weigh in next. Happy race day from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Around this epic track. But we've never stopped moving forward. Wherever we go in the next 75, we're all better off with an ally.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy, let's get you up to speed.
Watchdog.
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner on this.
Be part of something greater. Toyota, let's go places.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
When the details take precedence, the rest falls perfectly into place.
Please don't be dead today, chat. I can't deal with that again.
Our thoughtful bedrooms for modern living. Thuma.
Put a smile on your
I dealt with it for almost 9 hours yesterday.
When you fold a pancake in half, you get a taco. Or in this case, 3 for $6. Try all 4 flavors. Here for a fun time, not a long time. Only from IHOP.
This is a payday bar with tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to hammer your hunger, cut your appetite in half, and utterly demolish your urge for peanuts. Payday. Get to it.
Countdown to Green is brought to you by Sonic. The Sonic $2.99 Strawberry Shortcake Snowball Slush Float for a limited time only at Sonic. You know, tonight will be win number 2,000 for Goodyear in Cup. They made a special trophy for the winner, too. 2 trophies given out in Victory Lane this evening. 8 races to go in the regular season. Brad, you see some drivers getting desperate tonight. We sure saw it last night in the Xfinity Series race.
Yeah, you know, there's still so much that's unknown about this race. I mean, we're looking at race teams sitting back saying, we don't know what's going to happen. This track has definitely lost some grip. We saw a brutal qualifying session yesterday for the Chevrolets. The Fords look good. Just like Corey LaJoy said, though, it's 398 miles and then you let her eat. But you got to get to that position, and I think anyone in this field could be that person.
All this talk about Chase Elliott is because he's a defending winner of the race, Kyle, but have you seen enough from him since his return from the broken leg to say he's a legit contender?
Okay, I have to be totally honest and say I've not seen anything to make me believe that he can win and that he's a contender, except there's so much Elliott family history here.
Yep.
And part of that history is his. The Bandolero on the quarter-mile track,
Yep.
his win last year, home track, hometown, home state, get her done. It's emotional, but he can do it.
There's Elliott's everywhere, man.
Yeah, they are, man. Yes, they
I think
are.
I'm an Elliott while I'm here.
Oh, my goodness. The place would have a big party
Yes,
if he did
yes,
wind
sir.
up winning again for the second straight year. The sun starting to set over turn one. There's Kevin Harvick. What an emotional and fun night it's going to be for him. Great to have the family here as well. We're getting closer to green flag for the Cup Series. Tonight's pre-race ceremonies from the Atlanta Motor Speedway are next.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree. Breasttree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree.
This is the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers, or blasting the air conditioning, because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. For a limited time, save $500 on all new Tempur-Breeze mattresses and get your coolest sleep this summer. Learn more at TempurPedic.com.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic, and they will willingly hand over Reese's cups? Forget flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle. Try big cups. They're stuffed with more stuff. The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's to living smooth with the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
We all know Monday mornings are the worst. But Monday nights, that's a whole other story. Because that's when Raw is bringing that heat, that swagger, that hype.
They're kicking things off in a big, big way. Who's ready to sing?
So you better be watching Raw, live, Mondays at 8, only on USA.
Boy, look at that crowd. They are ready for some Cup Series racing from one of NASCAR's most unpredictable tracks, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Brad, we saw drivers wrecking almost by themselves in qualifying. What does that mean for tonight's race?
I think you just don't know, and that's what's going to make it fun. We're looking at the best race car drivers on the planet, and they've got to figure it out, which they will. But until they do, I think it will be absolute chaos.
Kyle, this place is high risk, maybe high reward. How do you balance those decisions as a driver tonight?
I think it depends on which group of drivers
Chair,
you're
do
in. If you're a
something.
driver with a win, go for it.
It's
If you're
doing
a driver above the
something.
cut line, what you
It's
do as
doing
a
something.
speed will be different than if you're the
It's
guy
letting me
below the
sit
line.
in it.
And it's going to be up to those individual drivers to assess that at the time and either go for it or lay back.
There is so much to play for tonight, and those drivers say we're not worried about that. They're worried about it. They want to get to victory lane and earn their way into the playoffs. Time for tonight's pre-race ceremonies from the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as the Upson Lee High School Navy ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from Goat Church in Sharpsburg, Georgia, J.C. Worley.
God, I thank you for the incredible opportunity to stand on this platform and just talk about how good you really are. I also want to celebrate NASCAR and their continued commitment to allowing prayer to be the kickstarter to their epic race day events. So we pray protection over all of the drivers, the team, the officials, and all of these amazing fans. And most importantly, we give you thanks for your son Jesus, for dying on the cross at Calvary for our sins. And it's in his powerful name we pray. And together everybody said amen and amen.
Amen.
Now, now here to perform our national anthem from America's Got Talent, whose new album Glory Days is available now. Chapel Heart.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Nice thumbnail. Thank you, Andy. I knew you would like it because that was a thumbnail that Andy sent to me. He was like, use this as your thumbnail. And I did.
The more chaotic races left in the regular season is set to go. On the other side, the command to get the engines fired here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
You don't have to be in the race to be in the race.
Here comes the 94.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million. Introducing the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. What a power move! Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for two to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway. In Phoenix. With the grand prize winner taking home
Thumbnail master. I'm waiting for Jaden to post his pics. He fucking always does this shit. He always does this shit.
Celebrate a little different.
It'll just be the last one to post his pics. It'll do it like minutes before the green flag. But I've got Eric Almirola winning tonight, and Dom has Brad Keselowski winning.
It's always been. NASCAR weekend at Richmond Raceway. Get your tickets now at richmondraceway.com.
Tony D'Angelo runs NXT. Kabish.
85 degrees in Hampton, Georgia.
Welcome to Evian Letdown, where our talented competitors bring nothing but their best as they contend for a major title. The Amundi Evian Championship on Golf Channel and Peacock.
From sunup to sundown, summer days are always packed full of fun. You don't have time to run around.
Same random thing, but if you go back to Radio Disney and click the Wayback Machine link, go to November 24th for throwback music. What? I might try that. So there will be rain around 11:30 at the track, but that should be after the race ends. That would be a 4-hour race.
Summertime in New York. It's easy. Easy to find big birds.
Yeah, looking at the radar right now.
Easy to chill.
Yeah, it says like 11:25. So it'd have to be a 4-hour race for us to even get to the rain.
Easy to make memories that last forever.
So we're gonna be fine.
It's easy to love New York, and it's easy to plan your summer getaway at iloveny.com.
JA. Jaden's gonna make me fucking kill myself one of these days.
Well, the celebration continues for Trackhouse Racing as they're going for 3 in a row, and maybe Brad Keselowski with RFK Racing could get his 3rd Atlanta win tonight.
Well, Brad is just so impressive at all the plate checks. I know he is dying to get that first win as driver owner.
Trying to get rid of that winless streak. For more on Brad, let's go to Dave.
Well, Rick, where the playoffs are concerned, for Brad Keselowski, the bad news is he's 14th out of 16. A new winner could help push him out of playoff contention. But he's 91 points to the good. If a 2023 winner wins again, that's good for Brad. If Brad wins, of course that's good for Brad. And don't forget, he finished 2nd here in March. Kim.
Well, for Kyle Larson's crew chief, Cliff Daniels, it has been over a year since he has been on top of the pit box at Atlanta. Last year's race, he was suspended after a loose wheel at Sonoma, and earlier this year because of a rules violation in Phoenix. He said it's so nice to be back on the box at this track. Anything can happen, Marty, with this style of racing, so it's great to be in Kyle's ear again.
Kim, I love what Kevin Harvick told Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton in the pre-race show a moment ago. They asked him, have you allowed yourself to envision what it would be like to win this race after your first career win came here in your final start at Atlanta? He said, absolutely. I want to win. I know we can win. We'll have the speed to do it. Can he pull it off? What an unbelievable, emotional win that would be for Harvick. Time to get the engines cranked in Atlanta.
And now race fans here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome NASCAR Hall of Famer and owner of Richard Childress Racing, Richard Childress.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Engines are fired. Stage 1 will be 60 laps, stage 2 will be 100 laps, and the final stage will be 100 laps. So 260 laps for this race. Halfway would be 130. That's when the race would be official.
A lot of youth and aggression in this top 10. The only thing I see right here in the top 10 are Fords. We got one Toyota and one Chevrolet. The Fords dominated this race in the spring. They dominated qualifying again. They are going to be hard to beat tonight. It is going to matter that your car handles and is fast. I think it's going to be the Ford boys. Who's going to win it? We don't know, but I do know we got a green flag coming up next.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity.
Did I lose weight?
Load up on more toys.
I don't know. Sometimes people say that, and it's like I'm still eating a shit ton of food.
And to make
I'm not changing any of my habits, so I don't know.
Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500.
There is a new pace car driver, guys.
The Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
He is going over to the Cars Tour. Kip Childress, who always drove the pace cars, going over to the Cars Tour. So Jesse Dolavoit.
Sonic 2 for $7 deal. Right on here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Let's see, you'll need headlights, and the bumper. At least you can skip the car wash. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
At Firestone, the people that bring their cars to us aren't just ordinary customers. They're never just a number. They're our neighbors. And that's why we do everything we can to treat them as such.
I don't see cars, I see customers. That's not a vehicle that I'm working on, that's Jim and Shannon. Those are our customers, and, we got to make sure that whenever they leave our repair shop, they're going to make it home to their families safely.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
75 years around this epic track. But we've never stopped moving forward. go in the next 75. We're all better off with an ally.
Jaden's bothering me right now. Jaden's annoying me because he won't just fucking post his picks. Gotta post your picks before the race, or else how do I know that you're? Yeah, Sheena's on the bed. She ain't my girlfriend. Well, she is a girl and she is my friend.
Cars all lined up on the grid with Richard Childress way up front in the 29. As we take a look at the starting grid, it is very heavy with Ford.
Hi, Sheena.
Junior same. Eric Almirola and Ryan Blaney making up the front row.
Well, two good
Hi.
spoiler on row 4. Ty Gibbs in a Toyota, Kyle Larson in a Chevrolet.
Go back to row 6. You see Brad Keselowski. Really good track for him to end this long winless streak that he's been fighting.
How about Mark Truex Jr. in row 8? 33 career wins, but 0 for 76 on drafting tracks. He would love to change that tonight. Pretty surprising, row 12. Chase Elliott won this race a year ago. He would like nothing more than to win, be in the playoffs, and stop worrying about points.
Big smile on the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. there in row 15. Remember, he won the Daytona 500. Very similar style of racing that we will see here at Atlanta. Cars beginning to roll around the racetrack. Once again, mentioned that up front in that number 29 is 77-year-old Richard Childress. And you think back to Richard Childress's career. It's a Hall of Fame career. Started racing. He was behind the wheel for 285 races from 1969 to 81, and then became the owner, and most famously for Dale Earnhardt, where he was able to win 6 championships as the car owner for Dale Earnhardt and everything.
Oh, there Jaden posted his picks. Yay. Brad Keselowski. So Jaden and Dom both have Brad Keselowski, and I have Eric Almirola.
Chassis number 70. Dale Earnhardt won with it in 2000 here at Atlanta, and then Kevin Harvick got his first ever Cup Series win in this 29 car right here in Atlanta in 2001 after the death of Dale Earnhardt.
I don't like Kevin Harvick. Fuck Kevin Harvick, but this is pretty cool right here. If you all know the story of NASCAR and the slightest, you know that Dale Earnhardt sadly passed away in 2001, and they didn't replace the 3 car, but they obviously had to still, you know, run the car, so they changed the number to the 29, and then in Kevin Harvick's second career race, he actually won in that car, in that very car right there, and they're driving it around the track right now. Richard Childress, the owner of Richard Childress Racing, is in that car. It's a pretty cool moment, you know? Like I said, I fucking hate Harvick, but you gotta respect these kind of moments right here. And then there's Kevin driving right next to it. Harvick is a boss. Just kidding. I don't even know what I was saying. Harvick is not a boss.
Pretty damn cool. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Special moment right there. Go back to 2001.
Put the window down up and race that thing? I agree, Jaden.
25 years old, thrust into the spotlight.
They should do that.
Driving for Richard Childress Racing in a battle right down to the line, inches separated. Jeff Gordon, who had led the most laps all day here.
Yep, there it is. There it is, that historic moment. Just 2 weeks after Dale died. And you won.
Never been a part of after that win. You think back to that now, he's starting over his 800th stars in the Cup Series.
No, I have not thrown away any of my Kevin Harvick stuff that I have. I still have all of his die casts on my shelf. Even though I don't like him, it's just still die casts, you know.
You know, you would think everybody knew that day that was a huge moment in NASCAR history, right? You would think they retired it immediately, right? No. Guess what happened? They ran it 4 more times in 2001 as RC comes down pit road, still holding the 3 out. They finished second 1 more time with it. And then at the end of 01 is when they retired this car. That sounds about right for cars circa 2001, doesn't it, Steve?
Hey, run it. If it works, run it. We're not worried about history. We're worried about performance. Just a great story and such a cool moment.
Is RC trying to do a burnout down there?
It sounded like he was trying to do a burnout. Let's
good.
dial up the driver of the 4. He got to just lead the field next to that 29 car. Let's see what Kevin has to say here. Hey, Kevin, it's NBC Blitz. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I know it's emotion-filled to come back to Atlanta, but before we get to the business...
09 made Harvick piss his pants at
we just saw how cool is it
Run America or Race America? What?
That you so famously won with.
Yeah, that's pretty special. You know,
Oh, at the Roval.
Richard's been
At the Charlotte Roval, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Chase Elliott went up to... didn't even actually make any contact with him, and then just Harvick just, like, went into the wall. Just because he lost, like, all driving skill in that moment.
So, that was a lot of fun. It's been a fun couple days, and hopefully we can end it with a good night.
Yeah, I heard you tell Dale and Jeff earlier about how you were excited and was going to go for the win tonight. Let's talk about the business at hand. Your 36th start here in Atlanta. 8:09 in the Cup Series. What's the emotion feel like strapping into the office for the 809th time?
That feels good. You know, I think I love what I do.
He
I love
pissed?
everything that comes with it, and you
He
know,
pissed himself? That's fucking hilarious.
But it's gonna be a lot of fun these next 18 weeks.
All right, man. Appreciate you taking the time. That new pit road entry comes up quick. I'll get off the radio. Let you go to work.
Thank you.
He's going to make his way onto pit road. They'll all be checking their pit road speed. And while they're doing that, let's go back to pit road where Kim Kuhn is.
Well, Bubba Wallace had an issue yesterday in qualifying and abandoned his lap, so we'll start at the back of the field. The car is good for the race, and he told me while he does need to work his way through a lot of traffic, it doesn't pay to be overly aggressive early in the race. It pays at the end. So, Dave, patience is going to be Bubba's best friend the first half of this race here tonight.
Kim, Chase Elliott can still make the playoffs. His 29-point gain to the cut line in the last 2 races is more than enough pace to do it by points with 8 to go. But winning is the sure way. Can he do it from 23rd starting spot tonight? That is going to be tough. But Marty, he's at home where he's comfortable, especially after winning this race last year.
Well, the winner here in March was Joey Logano, Dave, and I asked Paul Wolf this morning, when you qualified so well, was that maybe a little bit of a concern? Are you too trimmed out, trying to get too much speed out of the car? He said, no, that's an old thinking with the old car. With this new car, we can put downforce in the car before we even get to the grid. He said, we will handle well, and the confidence is high in the 22 cam. So, Junior, these drivers are rolling off. What's going through the driver's mind right now?
So they still do have that turn 3, like where you have to commit to pit road on turn 3, but the pit road speed is 90 miles an hour until you get to like the actual pit road, and then it's 45. So it is a little bit different than how it was in March. I still think it's a dumbass fucking change, to be honest.
Track position matters. You need to start fighting for it right now with the rate when they drop the green flag.
It's just going to cause more people to go like a lap down.
I'm getting myself in gear, and I'm going to drive this first lap almost as aggressively as I'm going to drive the last one, because if I lose track position, I may not get it back.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think, you know, when they go off into turn 1, there's going to be a lot of cautiousness. Probably that first stage, that second stage, just feeling out the grip in the racetrack. Stage 3, though, that's going to be light.
All right, Steve, you mentioned track position so important as a crew chief. This is one of those racetracks where you've got to be perfect. You guys have got to make sure you can't lose any position on pit road because it's so hard to gain on the track.
Well, the game's already started when the 2 drivers were doing their walk there with the cars fired up. And you listen, they fired up and shut right off. Drivers were already saving fuel, just trying to help their pit crews put less fuel in. And we talk about downforce and trim and all of these things. So this newly configured Atlanta Motor Speedway now having its 4th race.
Turn the volume up.
Easy wide open if you're out there by yourself. The more speed you put in your car, the harder it is to stay wide off the throttle. Now we're going to put all the cars out there together. The air is going to be...
I don't want it too loud, but...
Everything's going to be more difficult, Junior. So, while wide open...
I want to be able to hear myself talk.
Yeah, pretty incredible. I just got to say, man, how awesome it was to see Richard Childers driving that 29 car, talking to Harvick throughout the week, and even today, he was telling us how amped up Richard was to be able to be in that car, come down pit road before the rest of the field is, just revving that thing over and over and over. He's so excited.
Let's go. I was with you, Rick. I thought he was going to try a burnout.
Oh, the MLB draft is right now.
Well, he looked like he was having
Paul
fun, and that's great for
Skeens is the #1 overall pick. I literally never heard of this dude.
has been such a staple in this sport, you know, celebrating the 75 years of the sport. And Richard Childress has
Paul
been
Skeens
right
goes
there
first
and part of it for
overall.
so long.
MLB
And
draft
very
is the worst
important
thing
part,
ever
not only,
because, like,
I said, as a driver to start off with, but
honestly,
also as an owner.
like you don't see the guys for a few years. The last MLB draft I actually cared about was Adley Rutschman, like when he got drafted.
Running a little bit high. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to see here when we drop the green. Let's listen in what the 14 has to say.
Thank you guys. All work on this thing. Honestly, you got a really fast power run, so you got nothing to lose. So be aggressive, but smart all day long.
Okay, so that's a great pep talk, but I'm not sure if aggressive and smart work together. But that is the knife edge. The drivers have to be. You cannot sit back. You have to be aggressive, but you can't be
All right,
silly.
bitches and hoes, let's fucking go!
We'll see how aggressive the drivers are. Fans on their feet. 60 laps, the first stage. 2 by 2, they come by the grandstands. Eric
Green
Almirola.
flag is in the air at Atlanta.
We're racing in Atlanta.
Still side by side up front. Waiting to see somebody get pushed clear. A lot of good help from behind you, pushing down into turn 3.
Up to speed.
Who do I think
Eric
wins stage
Almirola
1?
surges ahead.
I got Blaney winning stage 1.
Fighting for that second spot right now with Blaney.
You can see immediately a lot of drivers think the outside lane is going to be the place to go. They all jump to the outside, leaving only a few on the bottom. Interesting to see, Junior, how that works out as this run goes on. Actually, what we saw last night in the Xfinity race, a lot of these guys must have been watching, paying attention to that outside line being the more dominant line.
Right in the middle of the racetrack, we see Almirola leading the pack now. Almirola, Logano, Blaney, Briscoe, Harrison Burton, the top 5.
No wonder these guys are probably filling their cars out, not trying to take any risks. You see them getting in order right now. As soon as they start to get more confidence in the grip of the car, they're going to start making moves.
2 by 2, you see Todd Gilliland in the 38 on the inside of William Byron in the 24. Those two are side by side, but in front of them it's single file.
And right along right here, Kyle Busch and his Cheddar's onboard camera. See what he's
Custer
trying to
back
do?
in the
He's trying
Cup
to get
Series?
right to the rear bumper of the
Is
car
he?
in front of him. Brad Keselowski wants to slide up in front of him to get fill that outside lane, but Kyle Busch is not going to let him do it.
Yeah, he is in the
Back on
51.
inside, but he's not going to get in front of him.
A little bit of movement out of Austin Cindric in the 2 with some momentum pulling away from Harvick in the 4. He seems to be dropping back on that inside line. Reddick in the 45 making a little more ground. We see Mark Truex Jr. going by. William Byron also. That inside line not the place to be for Harvick right now.
Everybody lined up on the outside, and you do not want to let another car on your right rear quarter panel. That's exactly what's going to happen to you. Harvick trying to squeeze his way in front of that 38 car.
Forced his way in front of Gilliland. We'll see if Gilliland keeps giving him that same space. He will. Looks like he might put the bumper to the back of it. Field lining up. As we see just a few cars ducking down to that low line, trying the lower line to see if it's the shorter distance, maybe a little quicker here in Atlanta.
Outside down the back straightaway, the 54 and the 5. Larson on the outside. Here comes the 45 of Reddick. He's thinking about getting up there and helping the other Toyota, but then decides to get back in line. This will be a tough one for Gibbs.
Great look on the Toyota onboard. The 5 of Kyle Larson did just what Dale Jr. was talking about. He keeps working to the right rear quarter panel, hoping that the line will line up behind him. But at this point, you see the speed now on the bottom. The upper lane losing a little momentum.
Yeah, as a driver, you want to be looking at that mirror and decide which lane to block. You don't want to give them the bottom or the top right now. You have to prefer to go to the top. Do not let them get to your right rear quarter panel. If they want to pass you, make them go to the bottom.
10 has led all 4 races this year, all 4 drafting races that have been run. As we see the Toyotas trying to work together, there was some comments from the manufacturers saying, hey, we need to do our best to work together and help each other out. Now you see the 11 also joining in. Those Toyotas lining up, seeing if they can get some momentum built up on that inside line.
Here comes another Toyota, Rick. The 11 car, Denny Hamlin, we right on board the Coca-Cola camera. The 45 drifting up the corner a little bit, out of the gas.
In front of the grandstands once again, Almirola, Logano, Blaney, Briscoe, Harrison Burton, still the top 5 leading the Ford Brigade, Marty.
Riding on board the Coca-Cola on board with Denny Hamlin. There's the driver's shot as well. So the Toyota crew chiefs and drivers had a meeting today to kind of say, hey, let's work together as best we can. Dale Jr., we hear that all the time at Daytona and Talladega, and they're able to execute it, make the manufacturers work together. It's tougher here at Atlanta. Why is that?
The moves just happen so fast, and a lot of times another manufacturer might do something you're just not sure of, that you don't trust, that you know might be the wrong move. It's hard for you to commit to that, knowing you're both going to lose. So it's just hard to know what everybody's game plan is because the moves here come so much faster.
Looking back on, Denny here, we're looking back on him, and you're listening to that throttle. Very rarely do they get out of full throttle, especially Eric Almirola. When he's up front, he's burning a lot more gas than anybody else leading this crew around, but everybody else is trying to draft and use that draft.
The 45 hanging tough though on the inside of Larson, Rick, and that 45 behind him, Tyler Reddick, getting out of the gas a little bit down there at 3 and 4. That car not handling so good on the bottom, but he continues to get runs underneath the 2, continuing to get help from Denny.
And you can see the effort. Toyota's on the bottom. As part of the plan, I really believe that, the 45 would rather be up in line behind Cindric, but when they go down in the corner, he goes to the bottom, continually trying to push that black the black 54 of Ty Gibbs.
And for the Toyotas to make this work, they're going to have to all clear. That's what's going to be difficult. If only one clears, and then they move up, then it's going to hang the other ones out. So you can see there's some spread between the cars, so there's somewhere to go. So if you can get just barely in front of the guy, then you just slide up in front of him and take that spot. One car at a time.
And again, there is an out of bounds here in Atlanta, that double white line down at the bottom and right next to the apron. You cannot go below that double yellow or double white line to improve your position. A very emotional start to the race here at Atlanta. Kevin Harvick, his final start here at Atlanta, where his first win came from.
Sheena! Shake and bake, Sheena.
Get it with gurus. Car gurus.
Prime Day is coming July 11th and 12th with 2 days of epic deals exclusively for Prime members. You'll feel a big deal. Deals from toys to home and kitchen. It's on Prime Day.
I started Folds of Honor to help the families of fallen veterans. Today, we celebrate over 44,000 scholarships given to those families. Service never stops, and neither will we.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my back.
USAA? You were in the military?
Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was. He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
Caution!
USAA for the military community and their families.
Here we are, months into the season, and already a year's worth of drama.
Problems for the Harrison Burton.
Big things, even if it's for new teams. Well, the 24 isn't afraid to wear a couple new hats. And as for the racing, no words needed. It's coming in fast, so better keep your head on a swivel.
First caution comes out here at Atlanta. It's for Harrison Burton, who spins coming off of turn 2. And the AMR safety crew to him. He was trying to roll forward, but all the tires are down and he's stuck. He can't roll.
Yeah, so you see center of the lane, just a big wiggle.
Oh yeah, he just lost
19,
it.
You see the big wiggle, great save.
On the
great
backstretch.
avoidance by the 11 of Hamlin, the 38 of Todd
Yeah,
Gilliland.
Harrison Burton
And then the
spun
21
out.
just has no choice but to lock
Did he
it
hit the?
down.
Yeah, he did hit the wall a
Fortunately,
little bit.
Pretty light contact to the inside wall, but watch right there. You see that wiggle?
But all of his tires are down, so he can't even move right now.
Outside wall, a great
I don't know if they're gonna try to push him back to pit road or what.
That the driver's behind him. I mean, look at this. Denny Hamlin has him lined up. So doesn't the 38. Such a great job by those drivers.
Just breaks loose there coming out of turn 2. Around he goes. We're riding along with Denny here.
Yeah, you're gonna want to hold your breath. Watch this.
With you trying to put your middle, watch you stay in it here. Come on, stay in it. Come on.
You know, we talk a lot about drivers and drafting, and to be good, you have to, just make moves. Can't think about them. Well, that's racing. Think about wreck avoidance. I mean, we hear the spotter directing, but everything we see Denny and those drivers doing, that has to be an instant reaction. I don't think that's something that I really question. Jeff and Junior, you're like, are you even listening to your spotter, or is it just background noise at that point?
Yeah, I think it's mostly background noise. You're paying attention to what's going on in front of you. You hear them. When you really listen to your spotter, when you have a lot of smoke and you cannot see what's going on. But that is a great example of just racecraft from those guys missing that wreck.
Yeah, and those intense moments when you're sitting 2 wide or 3 wide, especially Daytona and Talladega, I would always have my spotter, TJ Majors, repeat everything, right? I might not catch it the first time, but the second time it's going to sink in. I'm going to remember exactly what you're trying to tell me. So he would always repeat the more important things. But it's interesting to see how the racing's going. Everybody right into the top line, single filed out, and then right as we went to break, the cars got 2 and 3 wide, and the racing really picked up. Dirty air and a slick racetrack gets the 21 off of 2.
Yeah, it got 2 and 3 wide because cars started handling poorly, and drivers were able to go to the bottom and make moves, or go to the top and make moves, and that's what everybody's concerned about. Like, they don't know how much.
The damaged vehicle policy is 8 minutes tonight instead of 7 minutes because of the longer pit road, which actually makes sense because they time it from the time that you enter pit road. So I guess that makes sense. I just think the damaged vehicle policy is fucking dumb in the first place.
Yeah, looking for just assistance.
I can't believe we've had that for 6 years.
So NASCAR will assist him back to pit road.
It's ridiculous.
That offers the best Gran Turismo players in the world a chance to compete in professional racing. Welcome to Team Nissan.
This is not a game. This is reality. Miss the line on the track, and you could die. If I lose, then I lose. I'm not gonna quit.
Gran Turismo, rated PG-13. And done.
Can we just call my dad now? Gorilla Glue.
Of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong and versatile, even outdoors. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
With the Sonic 2 for $7 deal, you get to choose from a Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, and 6-piece mod sticks. If that doesn't sound appealing, you might need to turn up your TV. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Are you ready? Ricochet made Logan Paul go viral.
Will the next viral moment happen on Raw?
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want. Like a chic velvet party dress. The perfect petal pink lipstick. Vintage earrings with a mysterious history. And 2% cash back on what you need. Like a first-rate lint brush. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. That's real life ready.
I'm the heat on the street, and I'm asking women one burning question. What's VMS? Oh, a K-pop band? I have no idea. I don't know.
What if I told you it actually has to do with menopause?
Oh, menopause. Yay. Well, then maybe I would say very malicious sweat.
Actually, VMS stands for vasomotor symptoms. Which
Oh,
is a medical term.
LSU, Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz are the first set of teammates to go in the 1-2 in the MLB draft. That's pretty cool.
As in Home Device Protect.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Sonic. Sonic
Like college teammates.
Shortcake, snowball, slush float. Only for limited time, only at Sonic. Toyota, let's go places. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? And by Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Why do those parking lots look so empty?
Few
Like,
cars coming to pit road, Steve.
Yeah, so, there is maybe the 21 still getting drugged back to his pit stop. There is a few strategy conversations about how many pit stops. I really think the biggest thing is, if you're not in the front half of the field, keep as much fuel in it as possible. So when the whole field comes, you can just spend as little time as possible in the pit box. We're just going to have to wait and see what the strategy and the theory of these guys are. I know everybody talked about, staying ahead of the strategy, which means keep fuel in it. So at some point, you can kind of pass cars on pit road. That's going to be the easiest place to do it.
Saw Ross Chastain there in the one. Got one win already. Take another look at what happened. with
Gina, you're
Harrison.
so cute.
177 miles an hour when that thing went sideways on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a quick bobble, right? It just gets a little light, and around he goes. The unfortunate part, why there was no damage, he's currently 3 laps down. He's getting ready to be at least 4 as he sits in his pit box, so, he can pass anyone who has in an accident, but it'd be shocking if the 21 could get back on the lead lap. Kim?
Well, Christopher Bell is absolutely marching through the field. Currently runs in the
I wouldn't be so sure that Harrison Burton won't get back on the lap. We could see a bunch of cautions. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, qualifying surprised us, but we have no reason to worry. In the spring, he reminded me, they went to the rear with unapproved adjustments and ultimately were able to finish 3rd. They felt very confident about what they brought here this evening, Marty, and they should be ones to watch as we continue throughout the night.
Kim plus 10 for William Byron, 18th to 8.
So apparently the cars are now like softer. It'll you'll take more of the damage of a crash. I kind of do want to see a hard crash just to see how much, like how true that is. As like bad as that sounds.
Talking about as being just a little bit too free, but William Byron certainly coming up through the field. And Steve, I did just chat with Rodney Childers a moment ago about why he brought Kevin Harvick down pit road. He's thinking further ahead, as you mentioned, it's just going to shorten their stop in stage 2. And what he told me was, we're not going to have to wait on fuel as long as everybody else will when we finally do come down pit road. And I think what he's talking there is the stop at the end of the stage.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you can change 4 tires with these single lug nuts so fast that if you need more than about 12 or 13 gallons of gas, you actually have to wait on the Sunoco fuel to be put in the car. So you kind of keep it to this threshold. And for the William Byron radio, very rarely do you hear a driver talk about how fun it is. I know they're having fun, but they're so focused on the task at hand that when I hear fun out of a driver, that's usually the driver I like to watch.
Let's check in with Peacock Pit Box. Brad, KB, what did you guys think about seeing Richard Childress pilot that 29 around here?
Listen, brought back a lot of memories for me. I raced against Richard Childress when I first started. But to know what they accomplished 22 years ago, I guess, Kevin Harvick and Richard Childress with that 29 car, Will Lynn, Chocolate Myers, Danny Lawrence, that whole group. It was pretty emotional for me to watch.
Absolutely. Kevin Harvick had actually driven my truck 2 years before that. He went to Richard to drive his Xfinity car.
I've been under caution for quite a while here.
That was incredible to watch. Very sentimental. But right now, there's not a lot of passing. It's tough to get by. They run 184 miles an hour in the corner. I love that. Rick, they're getting ready to drop the flag. It's going to be fun to watch.
We're going to do it again. And let me just throw this at you. First, we'll go to Kim.
And Kyle Busch had an unfortunate pit stop. They had trouble on the right rear. That very slow stop with rather than
I literally knew that was going to happen tonight. Something was.
So they had nothing
I
to
knew
lose.
something would happen at Kyle's
The
night.
crew chief asked Kyle, "Do you need anything else?" He said, "Let's make another adjustment. Way too loose." So they pitted again for a right front adjustment.
They caught up to the back of the field, and once again, under green, Almirola.
Green flag.
Logano, Blaney, Briscoe. Larson up here as well. He's trying to ruin this Ford parade as we see Larson in the 5 pushing Blaney now on that bottom line. One thing that will bring the intensity up is the possibility of severe weather in the area. So a lot of drivers drivers are hearing their crew chiefs and their teams tell them, hey, as much track position as you can get now, grab it as quickly as you can.
I don't think we're going to see any rain. Last I checked the radar, it said that the rain, that it will rain tonight, but at 11:30.
Summer, heat, storms are building. Now we see 3 wide right here.
Oh, now they're saying it's closer.
That bright color 24.
75 to 90 minutes away.
On the bottom right, you see the 8 of Kyle Busch chasing that.
Here, let me check the radar.
Let's listen in.
Just so you know, there's weather moving in. It's probably an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half away. Be close to being able to get to halfway, just so you know.
Well, if he's saying it, if Randall Burnett's saying it to the driver of the
This isn't ideal, yeah. Hold on, let me check the
radios,
radar.
Just took a 3-hour race to an hour and a half race, and you can see kind of everybody knows it's time to go. The give and take just got shortened up.
Up on the wheel, everybody. Early in this one, 26 laps. Now complete. Up front, it's Almirola, but he has a beer full of Logano right on his back bumper. Blaney there.
Yeah, my radar's still saying no rain until 11:30 tonight.
The question you ask yourself if you're one of these first 5 drivers, if we play nice,
Also, my radar probably sucks.
from the group behind us, can we actually break this draft? Because they're side by side. I mean, you see a car length between them, all playing pretty nice. I don't know if that's by choice or, committed to that. Now you see the 4 of Kevin Harvick, that green car on the high side. 47 of Ricky Stenhouse right in front of him. Haley right behind him. A lot of moving back and forth.
Yeah, it looked like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was blocking that pass. Moving from line to line, seeing where the momentum would come from to see if he could get a push to move toward the front.
We always talk about Bristol kind of being like fighter jets in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I will tell you in person, I think this has overtaken Bristol as far as just maintain space. It's hard for your brain to understand it's only in a 1.5 mile track. They never slow down. Middle of the corner, middle of the straightaway, it's the same speed. The runs happen so fast. You just don't have a whole lot of time to plan. It's very reactionary.
It is breathtaking to watch these cars work their way through the turns at such incredible speeds. Mark Truex Jr. trying to get by the 2 of Austin Cindric. The momentum continuing. Almirola, Logano, Blaney, Larson, Truex Jr. top 5. Cindric, Reddick, Byron, Briscoe, and Gibbs top 10. Looking back from the Coca-Cola camp, Denny Hamlin as he has Seabell trying to work on his outside.
As that happened, there's a battle up front. We see the 19 of Truex moving forward, giving a big shove to the 12 of Blaney. Now it's kind of stacked everybody up. Look at the Hendrick teammates. The 5 of the 24 trying to roll the bottom.
Kyle Larson looked like he was going 3-4 miles an hour faster than Mark Truex Jr. when he entered the turn. Got to the inside of it, but couldn't complete that pass. Now they're door to door, fighting for that 4th spot. Look at Larson move up, trying to push a little more air onto the spoiler of the 19. We take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap. Austin Cindric has posted it. It was on lap 28. 184 miles an hour average around this 1.5 miles.
Yeah, when you say average, normally at a 1.5 mile track, that's because it's very fast on the straightaway. You slow down 20 miles an hour in the corner. The average is pretty consistent.
All the way around.
Larson's going to jump up in line. This is that moment where he thinks he probably wants to get up in line, but he has that 24, that teammate on the bottom, so he kind of has to stay committed to that. That's going to allow the 2, that yellow and green car, to kind of come up. But nope, he slides back up in line. He's kind of trying to play both lanes, and look how that hurts the 24 as soon as the 5 commits to the top, but the 24 will find a hole as well.
Or drops back in behind 45 of Reddick. And now Austin Cindric ducks out of line, and he'll fall back in behind the 24. There's Chase Briscoe with a big run in the 14. Young Ty Gibbs in the 54 is falling
Doggy.
back to the 10th position. Now the field falling right behind Almirola, and wherever he runs, they run. That time through 1 and 2, it was the middle of the racetrack. See Chase Elliott with the 9.
Right in front of him, that 34 of Michael McDowell, Daytona 500 winner. He always seems to find a way to survive to the finish and put himself in position on these speedway races. He always seems to need to be dealt with. If you want to win the race, you figure he's going to be kind of in the picture.
Denny Hamlin was on the outside, but Michael McDowell surging ahead now in the 34. The 9 trying to side draft Allmendinger. It's not working out so well for him. Almirola out front all 35 laps here in Atlanta.
In my day, I tried keeping up with the game. Now with the power of Xfinity 10G network, my little bro is the game. With the Xfinity 10G network, he sees the game from every angle with barely any lag. My little brother, more like my big MVP. Xfinity is a game changer.
Introducing the next generation 10G network.
It rains now 70 to 85 minutes away.
You need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit.
It's still another hour, but I want us to...
Wipers.
Well, I don't know if I want us to make it to halfway.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check means a guaranteed fit.
I mean,
That's right.
when would the rain ease up? Like, would we be able to go back racing tonight, or would that definitely end it?
Celebrate over 44,000 scholarships given to those families. Service never stops, and neither will we.
Well, I wouldn't even know, because my radar's still saying that we're not even supposed to see rain till 11 p.m. That's what my radar says.
The first woman to compete in the Daytona 500.
We go in the next 75, we're all better off with an ally. He will enjoy this walk down the 18th. He's conquered it.
Tradition here at the Open.
The winding road is over.
Cheers to 25 years of the Coca-Cola racing family. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Great view from up above. Aero coverage brought to you by Pods. Moving this summer, save up to 30% at pods.com today. Eric Almirola, it looked like he was going to lose the lead. He had moved down the racetrack. Logano looked as though he was going to try to take the spot away. But it is still Almirola out front. Logano has been tagged as leading a lap, so he did get credit.
He went right around him, Rick, and we thought the 10 might be handling bad, the handling going away. But he drives right back into the lead to take that spot. Let's take a look at it right here. Down. See the push that the 22 is going to get from his teammate? When he pushes him down in the corner, he's like, it's a good run. Here we go. We'll take this one. To the bottom, the side draft closed the 10. But this push the 10 gets from the same number 12 car is going to give him that opportunity to create a run down the next straightaway back into the lead. 10 was not fine just sitting there running in second place and following the 22. He wants to be out front.
And Junior, I think that's what makes Atlanta so different than Daytona and Talladega. You obviously mastered both of those places, but I don't remember being able to lose a lead and then get a run in really a half a lap. Normally it takes a little more time to get the momentum going back forward.
Yeah, this is Daytona from the late 90s, early 2000s. That's what this reminds me of, where handling does matter. It's a little bit single file. You have to decide when you're going to make your move. You make your move and you can't clear the guy in front of you, they're going to pile up on you on the outside. And this really is very reminiscent of that time that we used to have at Daytona. Dave.
Jeff, you guys mentioned the urgency with severe weather possibly in the area. Well, Eric Almirola has done the work so far. Great track position because of the pole position he got yesterday. That put him in control of this race from the start. The only lap he hasn't led was that one where Logano passed the start-finish line before him. So he has to stay out there. Logano's already in because he won in March at this track. Eric Almirola is way out in the points. He needs a win to get in the playoffs, Marty.
Dave, other than that one move, Joey Logano has been content to ride behind Eric Almirola. What's he saying about his car? Listen in.
I have air on the nose loose. If I get really close to him, I get tight. So with the air tight, but I'm mechanically loose. What do you think about running lower down the front stretch to help the bottom lane?
So, Jeff, help me understand that. If this high lane is working so well and these Fords are able to train up and run away from everybody else, why would Logano want to work the low lane and help those behind him?
Well, I think what he's thinking is just if everybody went to the low lane, would their cars drive better? Would the car just handle better on the bottom? And I think he just wants to try it and try to learn later in the race. He knows that he can't go down there by himself. You can see right here the 45, black car on the bottom. He's trying to make a run. Reddick, let's see if he can find a hole. He couldn't make a run, but there he piles back in and gets in front of the 20 of Bell. That's what tonight's going to be about. Go down there and see if you can make a run. If you can get a run and clear a guy, go for it. If not, you might lose a lot of spots.
Well, let's take a look at the progressive telemetry, starting with 10 of Eric Almirola. Again, out front, 180 miles an hour. Well, not out front any longer. Once again, we see Logano get by him.
Well, when we jumped to it, he was a little off the throttle. Now back in second, you see full green, fifth gear. Man, he turns left.
I don't think he makes his pass, though. Not a big enough run.
But he's going to be done.
Obviously, the 12's going to help his teammate, the 22 on the outside. The 10's going back to third, if not fourth place behind Larson here.
And he might fall further back if there's not a hole that he can jump into and no help.
And every driver sees it. Every driver. Look at Truex. He sees it. He wants to get to that 5 of Larson to hang out that 10 car. There he goes.
10 tried to get in that hole, just closed up before he could. Now he's back to fighting on the bottom, trying to figure out a way to accomplish something all on his own. That outside line adds more and more cars, though, as he runs side by side and slows down the 5, slows down to 19. That adds more cars to the back of that line. That's more positions he can lose. Eventually, you just got to say, okay, I'm going to find the hole that I can get in and get in it, right? Lose a couple spots, that's fine, but he's going to sit down here and fight. So he's in there.
He forced his way in front of the 45.
Now that's what you got to do. I think everybody's going to be more and more aggressive. Here comes the 45 to the top. Almost to the fence, Reddick. Now 3 wide on the bottom. Christopher Bell around both cars. Can he clear them?
Shit's getting good now.
Almirola continuing to drop back. Bell does clear the 45. He's sideways.
Wow.
He's able to catch it.
Oh my God.
Wow. That was insane. That was a wreck. Yeah, wreck. I mean,
that was a wreck that didn't wreck.
At 175 miles an hour. He might not be done. Look at how it's stacked up this whole field right here.
And nobody wanting to give an inch now with under 10 laps to go in stage 1.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Has fallen back. Now he's on the front bumper of the 16 of Allmendinger. Take another look at what happened.
That was Almirola trying to fill that hole, and then on the front straight, Bell coming up. Oh, the 2 gets in the right rear quarter panel. That was an incredible save.
I'm going to tell you what. Whew. Hey, how long until you catch your breath? I haven't caught my breath. I wasn't driving.
Yeah, 20. Christopher Bell's come from the back of the field. He had an issue in inspection. Driving this car all the way to the front. I don't really think he's doing it with a ton of help either. The car's handling so well running around the bottom of this racetrack. He's taking big runs and doing a lot with them.
Of side drafting there as well as he tries to slow the
82 degrees in Hampton, Georgia.
Got some good help coming now with 34 McDowell back there. Now the 10 Almirola is back in this. AJ Allmendinger, look at the 19 Truex to the bottom. Had a run, the 5 lifted.
Now don't get greedy. Now don't get greedy. Get behind the 12. He didn't do it.
2 by 2 for second, and a big push coming from the 5. That's going to push that 12 a little bit further forward to get to the back bumper. The 22 of Logano, under 7 to go.
I think Truex thought maybe this time I can be greedy because he sees that 20, but the 20, his teammate's going to bail on him. He's trying to back in and let Truex in. He's trying to back up, allow Truex to have that spot. Truex is still going to stay fighting on the bottom. Man, it's fun to watch these guys make these decisions. To take the run, not take the run. To take the hole or not. Truex now, will he regret not pulling in front of that 20 car?
We'll see if the 34 of Michael McDowell can get to his back bumper. He's been very strong here at Atlanta early in this one.
Jesse Bill maybe should have gotten down there behind the 19 guys and helped push his teammate. Going to create another hole there, right there, lets him in. Coming to the end of this stage, maybe a smart move.
Look at the run by McDowell in the 34. Moves up, fighting for the 3rd spot now. And he hasn't had a lot of help.
He's a great restricted plate racer, great at the drafting. Don't call him really restricted plate tracks anymore, but he's had a lot of great success at these places, knowing how to side draft.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. It looks good.
Knowing what to do with the runs he gets. Look at him squeeze up against those cars on the outside, sort of slows them down a little bit until the help comes from the 10 car, gets a push down into 3. Gonna drive beside the 5 right here. You see the fire coming out of the pipes. All of these guys lift up a little bit. Almost 3 wide back here now. Byron in the middle. Is there enough room?
William Byron was in the middle, and few cars cautiously dropping out of that 3 wide situation.
See McDowell, he just keeps working on that bottom. Able to make up ground in the corners. Then on the straight, they all push each other down the back straightaway. Now he's got a little bit of help.
5-0 going to the bottom.
Big run by Larson. Had a little bit of a push from the 19. Will it get him clear to the 22? He's side by side, but can't quite clear him. 3 laps to go.
3 to go in stage 1.
All alone, not a lot of help back there behind him. Impressive, though, to see this Chevrolet trying to mix up. Truex is trying to go 3 wide here.
That slowed that 3rd lane up, and that allowed McDowell to get to the rear bumper of the 5 car.
So tight, 3 wide. Byron in the middle. Now Blaney to the lead. He's able to clear the 22. He takes over the top spot.
It's an insane racing. Incredible to watch.
Under 2 to go. Austin Cindric in the 2, ducking down.
Oh, the 22 loose there, Rick. Little bobble from him. He gathers it back up. The 5 on the inside. Can he get alongside? The 12, he can't. Big push from the outside. Big run coming to the bottom here, Rick.
All right, coming to the final lap of the stage.
To battle for this lead, potentially to win stage 1. Now Logano with a move. He goes to the inside. Final lap of stage 1. Can he clear the 12?
Clear, still there, tight quarter.
Logano and Blaney for the stage win.
Still there, top lane to a push better. Still there, still there, still there.
Down the backstretch for the final time of stage 1.
3 wide.
Oh, here comes Larson.
Oh, Brian Blaney pulling ahead.
Larson coming for it.
Now, Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson takes the lead.
He's got the
Oh my God!
As they come to the stripe.
Blaney.
Back in front of him.
Blaney just wow. Wow, that was fun. That was not even the race. That was just a stage.
Drivers, man, stage 1. That's what you see at the end of stage 3 for the win.
3rd stage win for Ryan Blaney. Larson was just 28 1/1000ths of a second behind him as they cross the stripe right there. Truex Jr., Logano, and Bell all in the top 5. Byron, Cindric, McDowell, Reddick, and Almirola all in the top 10.
Advanced Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehards choose diehard.
And Advanced Auto Parts is the home of diehard. We'll even install yours for free.
Abuela? She makes the best tamales.
This is how we advance.
Remember that night you spent in an igloo, sipping on a strawberry shortcake slush float with crunchy sugar crystals? Was that real? Or is that just your brain's summer vacation house? $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Put a smile on your plate with new pancake tacos. Because when you fold a pancake in half, you get a taco. Or in this case, 3 for $6. And try all 4 flavors. Here for a fun time, not a long time. Only from IHOP.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Credit One Bank, a credit card company. And by Gorilla Glue, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. Good perspective from some of the fans in the infield on top of campers, RVs here, and fans in the grandstand seeing some great racing. Since this racetrack was reconfigured, it's just every lap there's a battle for position.
Well, it's a battle for position, and just like every other super speedway, guys, there's an out-of-bounds line. Kyle Larson, I think, is okay here, but he tested all the real estate available. The rule is left side tires cannot be completely below the inside white line. Drivers, this looks okay to me, but right on the edge.
Yeah, he's on the line here. He's not over the line. So, yeah, I think that's a fair move.
I would say, great move. You got like 16 inches, right? Don't go any more, right? So now we see the field all come to pit road. Could be a little jumbled up here. Remember, half the field pitted about 40 laps ago. Why does that matter? As we see this very long pit road around 3 and 4. Those guys that pitted need less fuel. When they get done changing tires, they'll just drop the jack and leave. Guys that haven't pitted yet, like Blaney, Larson, Truex at the front, they're going to have to probably wait to get the fuel full, even though the tires are already done being changed.
And Steve, you told me that the fuel window is going to be between 67 and 73, so they probably can't get all the way to the end of stage 2. We'll go to pit stops and Kim.
Kyle Larson at the top of your screen. He said, I'm tight running behind people, low entry. Cliff Daniels said, how tight? He said, a 7, but it gets better as I got cleaner air. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. They're waiting on the call for that fuel, Marty.
Joey Logano told Paul Wolfe, every time I try to make a move, I am absolutely sideways. You have to tighten me up. And to Steve's point, they're going to have to hold him for a minute
fucking damn
to
it.
make sure they get it full of fuel, Dave.
Ryan Blaney is in the playoffs by a Charlotte 600 win, and now waiting on fuel. He's going to be a little bit slow on that, but shy on playoff points. He gets one here. He will not be first going off pit road.
19 has to turn around an issue on pit road.
Yeah, I think he had already serviced his car and was leaving. Remember, pretty small pit boxes. So many cars on the lead lap. Let's see what happens. He goes to pull out around the 48. See right here what happens. Oh, gets caught by the 34 of McDowell, and around he goes. Luckily, no crew members in the way.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and
Gotta fill this up. I know I'm getting up a lot.
Breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day even more inviting than the last. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models.
Things could turn in an instant.
Oh my God.
Life is literally in our hands.
Hey, we got a call.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
An exciting Independence Day sale is in full swing at Stickley Furniture Mattress. Shop today for furniture for every room, all at 35% off. Get this spacious 3-piece sectional for just $32.89. This beautiful rustic dining table now just $19.99. Or save on top mattress brands during our Sleep Symphony event. Save on a huge selection of in-stock items and get 36-month zero-interest financing. Celebrate at the Independence Day sale. Going on now at Stickley Furniture Mattress.
NASCAR fans, NASCAR and the Premier Partners want to thank you. Visit NASCAR.com/thankyoufans to learn how you can win an exclusive diamond experience just for being a fan. And all of us are enjoying being a fan here at Atlanta. Let's go to the Peacock Pit Box to talk a little bit about the end of Stage 1.
Listen, the end of Stage 1 was crazy. Pit road was crazy. Michael McDowell gets into Martin Truex, and it looks like his day, for all practical purposes, is done. That's a heavy damage on a speedway type track, and he was only 10 points below the cut line. We talked about opportunity. That may be one that got away.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage on that race car, but my goodness, Kyle, that first stage was insane. I don't know when I've seen or felt the intensity this high this year in any of the stages. That was phenomenal to watch. Guys are going so hard, and with inclement weather possibly coming, this next stage, oh man, I'm buckling up.
Rick, this next stage is going to be crazy. We saw the stage points right there. A name precariously missing, Chase Elliott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a little bit further down the list right now, being scored 14.
Well, we also have a bunch of penalties right here, right? We have the 11 will be called for equipment interference. The 20 will have a penalty for removing equipment. And the 24 has a safety violation. We'll try to get some looks as we look through all of our video, but the result is those three cars, three very fast cars, all now at the back of the field.
All right, back green.
As we get ready for the green flag, Stage 2
Really
is
2 laps away, or 3 laps away from figuring out who Mr. 69 is.
Larson on the outside. Blaney on the inside. A lot of help behind him. Logano with a big shove. And he'll put Blaney out front. Now we'll see if Blaney is going to try to block.
Three Penske's on the bottom row.
A little bit of run out of the 5 of Larson. He's going to come up to the door of that 12 of Ryan Blaney. And we saw the 22 of Logano move up. We'll see. Looks like he'll stay in line with his teammate down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Kind of felt like he wanted to get up, afraid to run that bottom lane, but he had his teammate down there, didn't want to hang him out.
12's way out in front now. 3-4 car lengths out in front. He's going to have a huge run from the back. Both lanes coming up to him. Does he jump in front of this 5 and slow him down? I feel like that eventually he's going to have to make a tough choice whether to stay with his teammate or allow that outside line to be able to start to get around these guys. You got to get information.
All right, we're on lap 69.
Look at the 45 going to 3 wide here, trying to get around the outside of Busher in the 17. Can't do it.
22 trying to pull the 2 through.
Here comes Logano.
Back to the 1 off, and 2 is stuck on the bottom. 22 on you, then 2 off again. 1 off.
But our Mr. 69.
And spotters are so busy.
Mr. 69 is Ryan Blaney.
Drivers as much of the information they can that's happening behind them.
And watch Joey. He's also doing things to tell his teammate where he can run. He drifted up the middle of 3 and 4, and I think he's trying to tell Blaney, look, if you want to get up here in front of this 5, slow down that outside.
Ryan Blaney is Mr. 69. Hell yeah, Jaden.
But you also watch the car behind you and see what they're doing, because with their body language, we're 3 wide for 3rd place, guys. The 48 on the inside now, Bowman.
Justin Haley in that 31 car. We all eat such a good driver Old Draft Type Racetracks had a great
I think I did correctly pick stage 1. Yeah, you asked me who I thought would win stage 1, and I said Blaney, and I was right about that. So I'm going to go Blaney again.
Series race yesterday was battling for the win there.
This is awesome.
That's if there even is an end of stage 2. Well, technically stage 2. So, yeah, halfway would be lap 130. And then stage 2 is lap 160. So, it would just count as the stage 2 win and the race win if we don't like finish the race.
It's tough to do here.
Reddick running that high line.
Because there's rain in the area, apparently.
Before he was reconfigured, we would say that's a normal line for him. But now with the reconfiguration, he's running higher than most others have even ventured to go to.
Making it work too, getting a couple passes made.
Blaney's still able to hang on to that lead that he's had. Now a big run behind him. Teammates, we'll see if they stay in line.
See that car on the bottom? The back of this pack, that 23 car, Bubba Wallace. Remember, he didn't even make a lap in qualifying. His car drove so bad, he brought it down pit road. Had a problem. He's driven himself up into the top 10.
Larson gets around the 2 for third. Now back to the inside is Cindric. They'll side draft down the front straightaway, letting the front 2 get away.
Chris Buescher coming into the picture as well now in the 17. Austin Cindric trying to clear that 5. But the 5 side drafting, pulling him back.
Man, this is awesome.
Now moved by Bowman. He looked to the inside, and right away, Cindric decided to go down and block that move. To the bottom of the racetrack go the Penske drivers. Blaney, Legato, and Cindric.
Now LaForce jump into the top line in front of the 5. Running the middle in the turn 3 and 4 here. 2 by 2 all the way back to the field.
Bowman sees a spot. Looks like he was going to try to move up into that high line, then thought better of it as Buescher now is closing the gap between the 5 and himself.
Yeah, when the Fords jumped up that top line, he panicked. He's like, all right, I'm getting ready to get left down here by myself. The 99 leaves him.
You heard a driver complaining about being really loose. We're hearing that a lot from drivers. See Bowman saying, okay, enough with this bottom. I'm going to jump up into this top lane. But a lot of drivers having trouble keeping the back of their cars underneath them.
There's Kyle Busch. He's got Justin Haley just in front of him in the 31. We'll see if Busch is able to give that 31 a little bit of a shove and make this low line work, Marty.
What great visuals on board with Kyle Busch. The Cheddar's on board. And so, Steve, I want to talk to you about this whole rain situation. Rain is building behind us and is certainly coming towards the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But I have not heard every crew chief tell their driver that it is coming. So how do you message that with your driver? You don't want to build any more urgency than they have inside the car right now, but you also want to let them know, hey, this might be a race to the end of stage 2.
Well, the question is, what was your plan heading into it? You know, if your plan was be aggressive and lead every lap, I don't need to tell you to try harder. You're already trying hard. I think we maybe only heard it on the 8 because maybe they were going to be a little more conservative. Maybe just be patient and see if a wreck happens. So now it's an opposite plan. Now I need you to go. And, you know, Marty mentions the end of stage 2. Remember, it'll actually be shorter than that, right? Lap 130 would be the end of this race because that would be halfway, which is short of the end of stage 2. So we could actually see an official race before the end of this stage.
I'm not going to rule out seeing 260 laps here either, though. That's what the fans want to see.
That's what I want to see.
And if it's 260 laps like this, money's well spent getting a ticket to this race. Because this has been really amazing what we've seen already out of these cars trying to fit their car in an opening that is barely wide enough to let them go in, and the caution has come out.
Caution for William Byron.
Remember, this is one of those cars that had a penalty the last time he was down pit road, got cycled to the back, trying to work his way back up through traffic. You talked about mistakes, Rick.
One down, right rear's down.
Oh, he's trying to keep it moving with a flat right rear tire. You know, mistakes get compounded. He had some track position.
There, right?
He was running 5th at the end of that stage, right? And he had to go back into traffic.
Carcass just fell off of the 24. We'll see. Looks like he'll be able to get back around.
And he spun from 24, so he had improved a little bit from the start of this stage. Now this will be very interesting because everyone needs fuel to kind of make it to that official race distance. And with 80 laps to go, I assume pit road's going to be busy. Let's take a look there, drivers.
Well, he's already around, but we heard on the radio, we heard him say, I think I just got hooked right there. See what happens right here. LaJoy underneath him.
Go clear. Grant Gore just comes across the racetrack right into his left rear.
He's coming here. Trying to get it.
Spins him out. I don't know how you can see that any other way.
I agree. I mean, it looks awkward because of the kinks on the straightaway, but if I reference every other car, the 24 looks like he's tracking like everyone else. It's the 7 that looks like he's changing lanes.
Sideways for William Byron. As you mentioned, he was running 24th.
The thing is, he got it rolling. You know, these cars at Daytona, Talladega, and here, you flat spot enough tires and flat on the car will get stuck on the racetrack. You can't move it. You'll lose a ton of laps. Marty.
Yeah, that was spotter Brandon Lines who said, we just got hooked, correct, and no one responded on the radio. There you see the Carcass from the right rear of William Byron. That penalty, by the way, the safety violation, it was a personnel on the cold side of pit road that leaned over and put 2 hands on the hot side of pit road. That was the safety violation on the last stop, and it looks like they have successfully limped it back here to pit road without much damage, Steve, and that's what you wanted out of your driver, to keep that right rear fender intact.
Yeah, no, the exterior of the body looks good. You wonder what the underneath looks like. At this point, you might as well change left side tires because they've already lost a lap, which would be okay. Really, they will be the only car 1 lap down, so they should be able to get that back. So let's hear what the 7 of Corey LaJoy had to say.
I was going to cover the top there. Thought I was clear. I'll give you the forward here. Can't turn the wheel, man.
So he just admitted, you know, hey man, made a mistake. Sometimes in the back half of the field, you can get aero tight, and through a dogleg, a flat turn like this, the car just gets really tight. You turn the wheel and really nothing happens. You go within the car beside you, but yeah, everybody's fighting for the top 2, you know, so just trying to be aggressive. Got the best of them.
Yeah, there are times that the worst your car drives is through the trowel. Yeah. While, you know, the car's unloaded, it doesn't have the banking, you're turning, everybody coming down pit road. Not everybody, but most cars.
Yeah, a lot of people making that little move over to the left so they can be on pit road, which is really at the entrance to turn 3. So a very long pit road here in Atlanta.
And now this will be, once again, very, very congested. And probably multiple plans. Some gas only, some 14, 2 tires.
It's fucking blunt.
Very important to communicate in and out. We saw the 19 get spun around the last time, Kim. Hopefully a little bit cleaner entry and exit for these drivers.
Yeah, and all the crew chiefs reminding their drivers to be very smooth. They cannot afford to lose positions, especially with the weather possibly coming. The 48th, though, of Alex Bowman, you see him at the top there. He said, I am way too free entry to center. It is going to be fuel only. They'll take a tear off there, Marty.
Early days of that run, but Joey Logano liked what Paul Wolf did last time. And look how far back in the box Logano is for that fuel only stop, just to make sure he has a clean exit, Dave.
Blaney comes in, fuel only as well. The Goodyear tires stay on the wall. He leaves.
Chaos is the best word for what is pit road right now. We see Logano gaining a spot, Blaney losing one. It was William Byron who slides down the front stretch here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, bringing out the caution for the 3rd time.
At Firestone, the people that bring their cars to us aren't just ordinary customers. They're never just a number. They're our neighbors. And that's why we do everything we can to treat them as such.
I don't see cars, you know, I see customers. That's not a vehicle that I'm working on, you know, that's Jim and Shannon. You know, those are our customers, and, you know, we got to make sure that whenever they leave our repair shop, you know, they're going to make it home to their families safely.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Put a smile on your plate with new pancake tacos. Because when you fold a pancake in half, you get a taco. Or in this case, 3 for $6. Try all 4 flavors. Here for a fun time, not a long time. Only from IHOP.
So yeah, USAA, they always have my
Pretty
back.
sure call out a bad
USAA?
stop.
You were in the
Probably.
military? Oh no, I wasn't, but my grandpa was.
Seems to be a trend.
He joined USAA, passed membership to my mom, then to me.
There's other ways to get in?
Yeah. My neighbor Ron, he's in because his wife served. Even little Luna, once she's born, her dad served.
So all this time I could have had USAA insurance.
And banking.
Where's my phone?
Over there.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Sure, McDonald's breakfast is good. But getting that McDonald's breakfast 2 minutes before it stops being served, that tastes even better.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there.
Nice.
Out here, side window deflectors, and mud flaps, and the bump step to keep the bumper dent free.
Cool.
It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned.
Great. But where do I
order? WeatherTech.com.
What up, it's KD? And this is Rich Kleiman. Join us July 25th and get in on the gameplay.
CNBC teams up with two-time NBA champion Kevin Durant and Boardroom for Game Plan. Register now at cnbcevents.com/gameplan2023.
You boys want to jump into our business? You become our business. We do what we want, when we want.
Mellow and Trick's day of judgment has arrived. Moving this summer, join the 6 billion families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move. Pods. Save up to 30% now at pods.com today. 76 laps still to go in Stage 2. You're watching NASCAR Cup Series racing from Atlanta, the Quaker State 400. The 45 coming back on pit road.
Let's see. Do we got an updated radar now?
Just an error. They were under penalty for over pit wall.
Still no. Still says no rain on my radar.
Expect that one. It looked like they tightened the right rear, maybe.
All right, Steve, let's talk a little bit about the issues on pit road.
Well, when we talk about keeping track position, it's all about being efficient on pit road. It really starts with Martin Truex Jr. He finished third in the stage. After service leaves the pit box, McDowell gets into it, gets spun around, loses all his track position. Then the 20 of Christopher Bell comes in, and you're going to see right here, the tire kind of gets away from the 20, and then the 24 comes in. Once again, the tire rolls out of the frame. Penalty on the 24. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, also with an issue on pit road. This one's interesting. See that tire gets rolled right in front of that pit crew member for the 7. That's equipment interference. And then close call right here between Denny and the 48. And then the 45 over pit wall too soon. You see crew members standing there. And this is actually, I mean, should be a simple gas and go. And you see it's just chaos on pit road. You see the last pit laps and tires on the left side of the screen is back underway. 75 laps to go in Stage 2. Martin Truex Jr. on the inside, and then 23 of Bubba Wallace on the outside, leading the pack here in Atlanta. Bubba Wallace, one of the many, many drivers who really cut their teeth racing legends and bandoleros here on the quarter mile on the front stretch of Atlanta Motor Speedway, and now leading here at Atlanta on the 1.5 miles.
Too wide for about 10 rows. Then Kyle Busch had them 3 wide for a while. They've gotten back to organized 2 wide chaos throughout the field.
Organized chaos. I like that.
Here we go, now car to the top. They're seeing opportunities up there when they get runs back in the back, Rick, and they're in that middle groove. They're like, hey, we'll take this run to the top. What do I have to lose?
A few different names up here in front, including the 41 of Ryan Preece. He's on the outside right now of the 22 of Logano. Those two fighting for third. Jr. out front. Bubba Wallace behind him, and again the fight for third. Side by side, Logano and Preece.
Truex and Wallace, they've really not led this race. They're going to have to learn how to do it. They have to learn how to block, where the runs come from.
Hi.
Eric Jones having a run on the outside of that 43. Now Ross Chastain to his inside.
With that 48 car, his car drives very good. There's a wall back there. Yep. Ty Gibbs.
Looked like the 43 squeeze Ty into the wall. But to see if he's damaged, we're going to take a look here. Yeah. Jones thinks he's clear. I think he actually got the back of Chastain a little bit. So a lot happening right there. But Gibbs won't be happy. He's going to put that on Jones and say, man, you did that. Put me in a bad spot. They're right there nose and tail here. They got row 10.
And once again, a fight for the lead. Alex Bowman trying to throw his name into the hat as well. Bowman trying to get that inside line going. He's got a little help from Busher behind him.
See if this 48 can slide up in front of the 22. He does. Bubba says, I'm going to the inside then. Take this run here and see what I can do with it. You know he's got a teammate up there in that 19 to help him get a little bit of a draft. Now he's going to try to slide up. Spotter gives it to him. Go ahead, take it away.
Here the Toyotas working together again, the 19 and 23.
Busher made up a lot of ground on that bottom. Now he's got Haley behind him at 31.
Let's take a look at the Toyota driver update. Martin Truex Jr. out in front. He ended his winless streak earlier this year and has already been to victory lane twice. Currently running in the top spot here at Atlanta, with Busher now challenging him to the inside. Haley back into the picture in that 31.
Oh, trouble!
I believe it's 5. Larson's around.
Larson
in
around.
front of the field.
Oh, man.
Still sliding, but not a lot of contact.
Fucking Briscoe spinning.
14 of Briscoe.
Who's that? Is a 62? I don't even know,
He got
dude.
turned around as well.
62, Austin Hill.
Austin
Both those
Hill.
cars were
Kyle Larson around.
They're headed down pit road, Rick. Larson's going to come on the pit road. Larson had somebody right in his back bumper through turns 3 and 4, and I think Larson was losing grip and coming out of the gas and got turned around off the nose of another car.
Sparks coming out of the left side for Austin Hill. So successful in the Xfinity Series on these types of tracks. Take another look at what happened.
There's the 5 and the 43, Eric Jones. So the 5 is loose now. Just gets loose, and before Eric ever touched him, he got sideways. It's slick out there. You know, there's moments where you have a lot of grip and you build confidence. And then you find yourself in a situation like that. Even some of the best drivers in the world can't escape from. This track is something else.
He's running 14th. Great job. Almost everyone avoiding him. Sideways, as you mentioned, in front of the pack.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the 43 wasn't into the back of the 5. Looked like to me there was some contact there before Larson got loose.
Yeah, we'll have to see a closer look at it. I thought Larson got a little bit sideways before the contact was made.
Here it is right here. I don't know. It's so hard to tell from that. But we keep hearing the drivers talk about being loose, and wouldn't surprise me that he was a little bit loose before the contact.
Yeah, I thought the first look at it give us a really good shot of where the bumpers were and whether there was contact, but now we've got damage to the 5 car right front, blue, and it's come apart and destroyed the hood. So here we go. So let's look at the 43 and the 5 back here on the right side of the screen.
The 5's out of the gas right there.
Yeah. Now he's loose. I don't think they're contact yet till right there. Yeah. It just, you
can see the gap from the 2 car. It got bigger. And so that's clear to the 5 out of the gas, 2 driving away from him.
Yep.
He was out of the gas because he was loose.
Eric tried to give him a chance to save it, but Eric's going to get run over. Eric's going to get run over too if he's, out of gas too much. So you can't look in the mirror and be watching there, watching out front in the mirror at the same time. And this damage to the 5 is pretty severe.
A little confused about this damage, Steve. They were on pit road.
So we saw them pull directly into his pit box, and I think they put a new right rear tire on it because it was already flat. But I think the right front still had air in it, but was probably flat spotted very severely. And then rolling around, it finally exploded, and you see just a huge amount of damage which is, you know, the car was relatively clean until then. So you're going to take a look at it right here. And this is going to show you the force of it. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Little piece of debris up on the racetrack there too that they'll have to clear off.
Look at that. Got somewhat of a fender on there. I don't know what the air's going to do to that at full speed, but it don't look too bad.
No.
Steve, are they in jeopardy on the DVP, the clock? I mean, it's 8 minutes now for this race.
Yeah, I think you only have to be careful. They extended it a minute just because pit road is so long with the entry at the end of the backstretch. The teams get to see the DVP, damaged vehicle policy. It's basically a minimum amount of time, or basically a maximum amount of time you have to use. They got a feed from NASCAR on their laptop, so they'll count it down. You just got to be careful because it does take so much time. You see right here, the 19 of Truex and 23 of Bubba Wallace. They entered pit road at the end of the backstretch, and they're still rolling around the flat. So you burn a lot of time. This was the second and fourth place car.
Kim.
And you see Martin Truex Jr. right there at the top. He said, in traffic, I'm aero-tight, otherwise clean air. The car is very good. You see fuel only. Bubba Wallace there on the bottom left, changing 4 tires, grabbing Sunoco fuel. He said, I need to be 1 number freer just for momentum's sake, Dave. He said, I'm scrubbing off too much speed.
Chase Elliott is back on pit road. He pitted at the end of the pit cycle last time under caution. A miscommunication was voiced to him from crew chief Alan Gustafson as to why they didn't pit with the entire group. So they took right sides last time. This time they'll take 4 Goodyear tires, fill it up with Sunoco fuel because it's back there anyway. Now's a good time to get fresh ones and full of gas.
And so the 5 of Larson goes around right off the nose of the 43. Barrick Jones looking forward now from the 54. That was Ty Gibbs's view.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day even more inviting than the last. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 10% below MSRP on all 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models.
In my day, I tried keeping up with the game. Now with the power of Xfinity 10G network, my little bro is the game. With the Xfinity 10G network, he sees the game from every angle with barely any lag. My little brother, more like my big MVP. Xfinity is a game changer.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
I think you will enjoy this walk down the 18th. An absolute triumph.
See what you've been missing on Verizon Fios premium channels. A timeless romance. A family empire. A wild
Larson done? Well, he's 2 laps down. I'm not sure if he's done.
A dystopian world. See it all on Stars, Max, Showtime, MGM Plus, Cinemax. Live and on demand, at home and on the go, with Fios TV mobile app. Order premium networks on channel 860.
Since 1931, the Bogozzi Twins Funeral Home has been delivering the highest level of care to help you and your family through your time of need.
The Bogozzi Twins staff was really dedicated. They will take care of your every need. They will talk you through everything. They will help make this difficult time a lot easier. Whatever you need, they're there for you.
In Central New York, choose Bogozzi Twins Funeral Home. We'll treat you like a member of our family.
Take your taste buds somewhere cool with the new Sonic $2.99 Strawberry Shortcake Snowball Slush Float, topped with ice cream and crunchy sugar crystals. For a limited time only in Sonic. Sonic. Well, fans, download the official app of NASCAR. It allows you to follow race action with free live scoring. There's in-car cameras and radio broadcasts. You can also upgrade to premium For full access to driver audio channels and ad-free experience, search NASCAR in your app store. Start free trial today.
It'll also allow you to adjust your fantasy team, and right now I'm in a bit of a quandary.
Yes.
Because I didn't expect some of these guys to have some issues, so you just all get going back normal again.
Get that garage driver out if you need to. Riding along with Hunt Brothers Pizza, Kevin Harvick. Those two have been paired up really for so long. Such a great combination between Harvick and Hunt Brothers Pizza. Marty.
So, Rick, Steve, and I had the conversation a moment ago. When do you tell your driver about the rain? Chris Gabehart chose this caution to tell Denny Hamlin. Listen.
I do not think we're going to the end of the race without getting wet, FYI. I think we're going to need to drive as far forward as we can here because the stage caution pit stop is going to set the running order for a short sprint. That's my prediction.
There you have it.
So they're thinking they will make it to stage
Drive to the
2.
front. He told you to drive to the front, Rick. Go to the front.
Aren't they trying to do that with every lap?
I thought it was clear direction by Chris to just drive to the front. I like that.
We'll see.
Yeah, Larson's not
It'll
done.
be 62 laps to go in stage 2. Back up through the gears they go. Busher and Haley.
Green flag.
Leading the field.
Busher, Haley, Allmendinger. And 3 new names at the front.
Allmendinger in the 16. We've got Bowman pushing on that inside line.
Eric Jones jumping to the outside back there, making it 3 wide in that 43. Not working out for him as he fades back. Expect the runs to be bigger, a lot more moves, the blocks to be bigger.
That sounds like more caution.
Yep. If we're trying to race to halfway, an official race before the rain, and accomplish a win for one of these drivers, we'll get there before we have more yellows.
30 laps away from the halfway point. And again, it's halfway or the end of stage 2. Whichever comes first would be official if they aren't able to get it restarted. But right now, they're fighting to get on front, get as close to the front, battle for the lead. As Busher now holds on to it, Allmendinger has surged ahead, and so Busher and Allmendinger pulled out to about a 2-car length lead over third.
Look at Haley in that 31 car. He almost cleared the 22 Logano.
You know, if we ran this race earlier in the day, it wouldn't have been an issue. But I'm happy with the night race, though, so I won't complain. Or we could have done a Saturday night race.
Another kind of new name we haven't talked about today. 5th car in line, black nose, white top, the 41 of Ryan Preece. We talk a lot about Kevin Harvick, but SHR as a whole looking for a turnaround. Ford's so fast here. This would be a great week for Preece.
29 laps till halfway.
There in second.
A lot of excitement around Preece coming into the Cup Series, into this particular ride. No top 5s, no top 10s this year, but having a great run tonight. The 48 to the inside of Blaney for 4th.
Bowman looked so fast as he came through the turn. But now, Preece is going to move back by him on the outside.
Well, early in these runs, that's going to be open for you. New tires, a lot of grip. You better rip that bottom, make a lot of time. The question is, can you clear anybody to actually make a pass, or do you actually lose positions trying that?
And they're squeezing each other into that outside wall, trying to slow down the side draft. Getting more aggressive with that. Look at Corey LaJoie here, almost in the middle of a 3 wide. Ready to the high side, can't make it work. The 7 car coming to the front.
Corey LaJoie. We've seen some greatness out of Corey as of late.
He's got 2 top 5 finishes here, almost a win in this race last year. He comes to this racetrack thinking he can win this race. 31 jumps in front of him. Now back to the bottom to help the 48. Haley pushing that 48 down into turn 3.
Reddick's not helping out LaJoie as he goes to the high side, making it 3 wide. We'll see which drivers are on the move, brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Bowman, 27 spots. Start of the race, LaJoie 18, just talking about him.
There's a possibility the end of the stage could be the end of it with weather.
The 45 almost turned Haley into the outside wall down the back straightaway. That was really close. Haley's a little bit to the inside. He leaves a spot open. Here's the 45. The 7, everybody going by the 31 now. take that time. Reddick, everybody that's in front of Reddick, their spotters need to be making them aware. He is going to jump to that outside line every chance he gets.
Austin Hill at the 62 went to the garage, so his day is done.
And if you're a William Byron fan, he got the free pass. Remember, he was involved in an incident earlier. He's up to 27th and on the lead lap.
So battle right here, riding along. Kevin Harvick, the $100 pizza cam. Racing with Suarez. You can hear him playing with the throttle a little bit. He can't run wide open. Having to lift just a little bit.
42 of Noah Gragson. And his teammate, the 43 of Eric Jones, putting C. Bell in the middle of the sandwich.
Oh, 20 gets loose. Somebody in the fence.
43 of Jones tags the fence.
Jones has been everywhere.
Ty Gibbs in the back of Jones. Remember, they had a little bit of altercation earlier. That wasn't payback or anything. Just happened to be there in the same area. Brad Keselowski trying to get underneath Haley. Talked to Brad this morning. He was super excited about this race. He felt like his car was going to drive great. Thought he had a good chance.
Tucked back in line behind Haley.
Yeah, it's pretty much single file out front. Battles are all back here in the middle of the field. Here's your leader to 17, Busher. There you go. All the top 15 cars there in single file. The handling of these cars really good on these newer tires, but they'll start fanning out, looking for air, looking for grip. That's when you're going to see opportunities to make passes.
Ty Gibbs had Ross Chastain go by him on the inside.
Ross looking at him.
Oh, man. Squeezed right in front of him.
And that makes, if you're Gibbs, that makes you so angry. You know that, you just want to drive through that one car for doing that.
Plus, it cost him another spot with the 20. I mean, Ty's been running to multiple times today. Look at the 20. Something happened with the 3-car of Austin Dillon.
Making these moves at 180 miles an hour.
This view doesn't make it seem any calmer.
No.
It's not helping, is it?
It's not. These onboards are great. We can hear the throttle. We can hear what the drivers are doing. We can hear. Oh, man. Tied on the corner. Man. They just bounce off each other.
He's going to hack every chance he gets inside full. You don't know any better.
That caused 54 some momentum. Now he's got somebody underneath him. He's trying to fight off to keep that position.
I love NASCAR.
Where he chops across your nose, we both get collected in it.
I gotta tell you, I give Ty Gibbs a great deal of credit. He stayed calm. He's been running to the wall. He's been blocked. All kinds of things happened to him, and he stayed calm through this whole thing. Look at this.
We got 18 laps until halfway, until this would be an official race.
And right to the back bumper once again. See the replay there from Ty Gibbs.
Cell is weakening a little bit, so that, it's still probably going to hit, but it is weakening.
Brad just forced his way into there.
Keselowski makes the pass, and he tries to move a little closer to the front. It's Chris Buescher, his teammate, that's leading here in Atlanta.
You don't have to be in the race to be in the race.
Here comes the 94.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million. Introducing the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
What a power move.
Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway.
In Phoenix.
With the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's.
Larson to pit road.
Now that's
So he's going to go another lap down.
I'm going to pull over and stretch my legs.
I think he was supposed to keep left there.
What is this place?
The other side of the rest stop.
Bundles as far as the eye can see. If you're looking for a first mate, I know a guy. Me, I'm the guy.
Is this Oak?
4 types of jerky. This is where I live now.
You could save a ton with Progressive by bundling your boat or RV with your home and auto.
Hey guys! Free bags! They're just giving them away!
Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale is happening now. Don't miss instant savings on select items up to $1,000 off. And all veterans and active military will receive 10% off their purchase. Plus, get 60-month special financing. Shop and save today. Only at Ashley.
I watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Lunch time.
Your workspace is ready. Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
Much has changed over our 75 years. But the thing that never does, the anticipation, the holding of breath until that first green flag drops and the crazy journey begins all over again. You could travel 75 years from now. You might not recognize much at all, but one thing will never change. That feeling you get when the race begins again. Get your tickets now at PoconoRaceway.com.
I already. It's so weird. It's like.
Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by
It's like, why do they advertise shit to me that I already have? They're like, get your tickets for Pocono. I do. I do have my tickets. Stop advertising. Like I have my tickets. They are sitting upstairs on the table.
They've ramped it up to another level. Well, in 11 laps, this race will be official. Weather closing in, I believe. Halfway is well within reach, but the drivers don't know when the end might come after that, and they are racing like this is the finish.
It's pretty calm in the top 4, but from there back is complete chaos. There's drivers running into each other, running into the wall. It is physical.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in NASCAR in a long, long time.
Allmendinger and Buscher, they have no idea. They're like, that's pretty calm.
Kyle Larson had an issue. He went to the garage. He's out of the race.
You see the air moving? The hood flaps on the 2. The whole hood tries to move up. You can just see how much turbulence there is.
Still up front, Buscher. He's led 28 laps now. Almirola has led the most at 46. Allmendinger, Logano, Blaney, and Cindric all in the top 5.
Just think about the potential wins, right? Buscher, Allmendinger, it moves around quickly, right? But there's Brad Keselowski, I see him in the mix. Well, we see Haley in the mix, Corey LaJoie in the mix.
And you can run anywhere. Drivers were worried when they came here. Could they get on the fence? We got drivers running on the bottom, the middle, all the way against the wall.
What you tell us during the commercials, Dale, this would be hard pressed not to be the ticket you would buy?
Yeah, I always said Bristol Night was the best ticket in the series. I've changed my mind. Anybody that asks me when they're going to their first race, I'm sending them here.
See Joey Logano on the inside.
I'm not. I'm still sending them to
from the 12 car, Blaney.
Bristol.
Cindric, they're all teammates, the 22, the 12, and the 2.
Are they going to hang the 16 out now? So will Allmendinger have anybody to work with?
Ooh, Penske train though right there. Got all 3 of them organized now.
Bowman looking to the inside.
Bowman says, man, I want to be a part of this.
He keeps clawing his way back into this top 5. We've seen him get...
Oh, trouble!
Goes around.
Oh, man.
How many will get collected? The 19.
Man.
Chastain.
Ty Gibbs got some damage. I don't think Ross got any damage. But Corey LaJoie...
For the last 15 laps, I'm surprised.
Just shy of halfway.
Big damage.
Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs will be pit road if he can. Left front completely gone as far as.
It is unfortunate too, because I had him in my fantasy lineup. So now when you look at that,
he also is missing a tire. The right front for him.
He's trying really hard. That's the main thing. Only thing to hit.
3 wide, the 43. Eric Jones into the left rear of the 7. He chases it up the track into the door. Reddick. 21, or the 1 car, I'm sorry, jumps the left side of the 54. That's a pretty hard contact.
Eric Jones had a big run, and he just... Well, it looks like the 7 actually came down. It looks like I thought the 43 was going up into the 7, but it looked like the 7 actually came down on the 43. Oh, look at that.
Big contact with the 1 of Ross Chastain.
Yeah, watch this one come through, jump the left front right there. Truex on the binder, slowing it down, locking the left front up there. Right on board here, the 54 of Ty Gibbs. Yeah, the 7 did. I mean, the 43 held his line. He wasn't all the way against the apron, but the 7 does come down slightly. Had a racing deal. The 43 is not perfectly low, but just kind of came together there.
Sheena the dog.
It has been wild.
Sheena the dog.
Said right there around that one car. That one, that 43, 54, 19, bouncing off each other for the last 10 laps.
You know, I tell you, we show these replays, and it was this guy's fault, that guy's fault. One thing we know for sure tonight is that it's hard to keep the car in one line. It's hard to keep the car going perfectly straight.
No, Ross did get some damage.
Marty, that it's just hard to point the finger and say it was one guy's fault.
And Jeff, I wish I could convey the intensity you feel on pit road. It's very palpable. Corey LaJoie said, for what it's worth on the radio, I know you guys said he may have come down on the 43. He said the 43 got in my left rear. So in his opinion, that was all on the 43. Car is not tracking straight for Corey LaJoie. The left front, he said, is way towed out.
Yeah, the left front's towed in actually from the contact.
Did one jump off of that belt?
Yeah, that you see it's pointed to the center of the car, Dale, as you mentioned. So with long enough yellow, you could repair that. Now we see a bunch of cars coming to pit road. Keep it full of fuel here with 36 laps to go in stage 2, 5 laps short of halfway.
There's 7 cars involved in this incident. 7, 43, 45, 54, 19, 1, and 38.
And I like the leaders staying out here because with weather closing in, we've seen crazier things. Lightning can end it sooner than the rain gets here. But if you're Denny Hamlin and these cars on back, you want to keep fuel in your car in case the weather takes a little bit longer. You can kind of jump over those cars that stayed on the racetrack.
Kim.
And for Christopher Bell, he just told his team, if I had better handling, I could just fire right through these guys. You see Christopher Bell on the right lower of the screen. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, Marty.
Interesting move here. Chris Gabehart bringing Denny Hamlin to pit road. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and fuel as well, which saw those leaders stay out, Dave. So Christopher Bell have to work his way out of his pit stall as well.
AJ Allmendinger comes for 4 tires and fuel. He said, sorry guys, I figured that was better than getting wrecked, that he couldn't keep the guys behind him. So 16 is okay. Now he's full of fuel and tires.
Quite a few on pit road. Again, chopping off, some changing tires. The issue between the 7 and the 43, they'll have to figure it out because they both have different opinions as to how it happened.
Wendy's is open until midnight or
Sheena
later.
the dog.
So give into those cravings. Get that baconator.
Sheena the dog.
Let me get that beef for 6 strips of bacon. Oh, there it is.
When I say bacon, you say Ader. Bacon.
Ader.
Let me get a toot on the mega. Okay. Now, when I say... Sorry.
When the craving strikes, go night mode and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Baconator.
Prime Day is coming July 11th and 12th with 2 days of epic deals exclusively for Prime members. You'll feel like a big deal. Deals from electronics to home. It's on Prime Day.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on vroom.com. Vroom. Get in.
Get crafts, sporting goods, restaurants, and the future of NASCAR all from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
75 years. around this epic track. But we've never stopped moving forward. Wherever we go in the next 75, we're all better off with an ally.
Robert Oppenheimer was the father of the atomic bomb. Whoever gets the bomb first is going to run the entire world.
All of that responsibility falling very squarely on Oppenheimer's shoulders. We were intervening in the course of human history.
To end all war, tonight at 10 on MSNBC.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means. If the Nazis have a bomb.
Oppenheimer, rated R.
With the radar as the backdrop, let's take a look at the Ruoff Mortgage Keys to Victory Lane.
Well, I'm going to say be weather aware and be a good meteorologist, because you're going to have to guess when this weather's going to get here.
A lot of cars on the lead lap. Heard people come down pit road. It's easy to have a problem, have damage, have contact. We've seen it before. Have a clean pit road.
Guys, I hate to be Captain Obvious here, but I'm gonna. You just got to get to the front. You get to the front, you win the race.
That's why he's one of the best analysts in the business. Give.
Well, while we're talking weather, Christopher Bell was one of the drivers that stopped during that caution. Here's the conversation between he and crew chief Adam Stevens about what's coming.
There is weather coming, and we're going to get hit, right? Yeah, it's just a matter of how long it takes to get here and how many laps we run between now and then. The guys that didn't pit are going to have to pit at the stage.
And then Adams went on to say that they do think that they made the right call, that the weather's not going to come until after the stage ends. So crew chief Adam Stevens confirming they feel like they made the right decision with that call.
Well, time will tell. 33 laps to go in the stage. The leaders, Busher, Logano, Blaney, Cindric, they were all last on pit road at about 82. We think they could go around 70 laps. So, they're going to go all the way to the end of this stage.
We've seen in the past, and I'll point specifically to Daytona, rain can just pop up in any part of a racetrack. And this is a situation where NASCAR will make sure safety is the biggest concern. That they will get these guys going at the possibility of rain on the racetrack when they're at speed. So the green flag back in the air as Busher.
2 laps and halfway. Rain is in the area.
On the bottom of the racetrack has help from the 12.
This could be it. Logano to the lead.
First 2 rows.
Blaney and Logano, they have worked together well the last several years. Old drafty type racetracks. They've really done a good job, and Busher pulling ahead of both of them.
And a big push from Austin Cindric in the 2. Cindric now side by side with Logano for second. And Logano might fall back to third here.
His teammate. Well, his other teammate. Man, you got teammates in there flying, so you can't have about a bad choice.
I just got to
win.
understand they work together well together.
They hold on. It's a win-win, though. He wins with his other teammate. So he's pushing the 2 car now. Logano's looking for help on the inside, getting it from Bowman in the 48.
Busher choosing his lines. Out in front. He's got help from the 2 of Cindric. Now the 2 trying to pull away. Side by side behind him. Blaney in that 3rd spot.
Busher got a big run right there. Now he's going to be in trouble, I think.
Yep, this is halfway.
The Penske cars got a little bit slower than I thought they were going to. Here comes Cindric. Big block by Busher.
Cindric to the top. He's going to get there. He would prefer that top line. He's going to get help from his teammate.
So this race will end tonight.
I believe they clear this 17.
Blaney has chose the 2 to get behind, and he'll push the 2 out in front of Busher. Busher falls all the way back to 3rd.
Busher got so far out in front of him, he allowed them to get a big run. Now Cindric has done the same thing.
He's got to be careful here. Here comes the 12 down the back straightaway. No big run yet. The 6 of Keselowski to the inside.
Another Ford fighting up front. Now to RFK.
Fuck Cindric.
Cars nose to tail on the inside. Brad Keselowski, owner-driver in front of Chris Busher.
Somewhere Doug Yates, Edsel Ford, everybody at the Blue Oval is smiling. They have the front 3 rows full.
How about that corner by Keselowski? He pulled alongside the 2.
Back, we'll clear him down here.
He has that
help now.
If he has that kind of corner down here, he will clear him. Does not get the momentum that he got in 1 and 2. But now he has his teammate behind him.
Here comes Brad.
So Penske on the outside road. Roush Fenway, Keselowski racing on the inside.
Inches apart for the lead. Brad Keselowski on the inside. The 2 of Cindric on the outside.
Well, Jaden picked Brad, so Brad's going to win.
Vacated that 2 car for Penske
because obviously,
Jaden
knows the future.
Group with Roush Fenway. And now the 2 fighting for the lead here in Atlanta. 27 laps remaining, now 26 to go in the second stage.
And now
it's not even Jaden's pick. Jaden is just using time travel unfairly to get advantage in sports. Which I would definitely do. Like, I mean, if I don't blame you, Jaden. I honestly don't blame you. But that is what you're doing.
2 by 2.
I don't really think it's wrong. Like, if I had a time machine, I would definitely use it to get, correct Win-Dix.
Being able to hold that 2 car beside him.
Like the fact that you could pick Shane Van Gisbergen, some random fucker we've never heard of, and just you pick him to win, and then he does. I don't believe we're living in the real world.
2 and 3 wide. Contact behind them.
I don't know how that was a big wreck. The 41 to the 34. Great job. They're still racing, still 3 wide back there.
Denny Hamlin coming into the picture as well in the 11. The fight for the lead stays between the 2 and the 6. This from Denny's perspective. It was 41 loose right in front of him.
Something like that is happening literally every lap around this racetrack.
Truex in that 19 car just got by 3 of them on the outside. Chase Elliott had trouble. Truex just jumped on the outside and went by him.
Still battling neck and neck. Truex again to the top.
Truex trying to use that high line to get by this group. Stalls out just a bit there. 5th car back on the high line.
Now the front's breaking up just a little bit on that inside line. 17 finally gets back to the bottom, but look at these Toyotas at the top.
Truex has found something. He has gotten up to the wall, and he has just passed about 6 cars in the last 2 laps. Just ripping the fence.
Here he goes again. To the outside of the 22.
This just started. He just learned this, and it has been so effective.
Can he jump down in front of that 22? He does. That's going to give him a big push here.
Fuck
up to the back
Sydney.
of the 12 of Blaney. As you see the 2 and the 6. Blaney's going to block that run at the top now.
Cindric has cleared the 6 of Keselowski.
So we're past halfway, so no matter what, this race ends tonight. But we just got to know when.
Williams, the spotter for Ryan.
I think I saw a
Blaney
raindrop
told
on
him
the
that
lines,
19 is
but
ripping the
maybe I'm
fence. You
just
cannot
tripping.
let him do it. Blaney jumped up there and took that line away from him.
Now the Ford's coming back to these front 2.
Please fucking pass Syndic. I really don't want him to win this god fucking race. Like, to have to go to New Hampshire next week and see everybody talking about Austin Syndic's win is just going to be the worst fucking thing.
The handling's starting to fade away on these cars, so you don't get a little bit of space between them. Truex again with a run to the middle of the racetrack around the outside of the 48. Blaney.
Or Truex or Harvick, you know. I don't want them to win either.
Keselowski in second.
It's hard to believe this, but Truex has never won a race on a drafted style racetrack. Never Daytona, never Talladega, never here under this rules package.
Think about Cindric's year. After winning the Daytona 500, coming in as a rookie. Only 3 top 10s this year, no top 5s. It's been a dismal year now to the outside.
Yeah,
Here
Brad.
comes the 6 of Keselowski.
Once again, side by side
Where's
for the
Kyle?
lead.
And you split teammates.
20th. This is a great day. All right.
Behind the 2 and a Penske car behind the 6.
And we saw Blaney give That 6 a shove. It didn't get him too much momentum. It didn't
Chastain is done for the night.
But now a side draft by the 6 of Keselowski pulls the 2 back.
Ty Gibbs is not out of the race, but he is listed as off.
Blaney's having to block Truex. He's having to run that high line.
Big push from Blaney here. Clears the 6 of Keselowski.
A lot of momentum out of the 12 of Blaney. He's going to look to the inside. He'll go for the lead.
Because Blaney.
Not a big enough run to clear the 6, though. The 6 is going to get help from the 19 of Truex down the back straightaway.
Now we'll see if Cindric will repay the favor. And Bowman gets to his inside. So now Bowman will put Cindric back another position.
That 19 car is fast, guys. He is, look at, he has driven that thing all the way to second.
Blaney back to the inside. He's going to move down, try to side draft. Can't do it. Blaney's clear.
Good run by Buescher, and now that high line looked to have momentum.
Fuck Truex. Fuck Cindric.
Crazy moves right there, man. I thought they were wrecking. Blaney jumping in front of that 19. That was wild.
16 to go on the stage. Honestly, I could see us getting to the end of the stage and then it raining. So honestly, I think that's what's probably going to happen.
12. What does the 12 do?
Is that we're just racing till the end of the stage.
He's there. He's there, Rick. He's going to have a shot down this back straightaway. A little bit of gap between them to the 19, though. What does the 19 do? He's going to have a big run down this back straightaway.
That high line has been working for the 19. Does he give him a big shove? No. He gets out of the gas before he gets to the 12, and he starts to fall back.
Buescher's going to help his teammate, though. A couple cars here with some trouble in the back of the field, the 8.
And Noah Gragson in the 42, and we saw smoke coming out. Kyle Busch was just behind him. Keselowski still out front. Under 14 laps to go in stage 2.
Oh my gosh. Back there in the back, the 23 and the 20 banging off each other.
Oh, look at this lead Brad's got. He's way out front. There's going to be a big run coming. Brad on an 80 race winless streak.
Blaney running second. Now Buescher second, but it's Keselowski out in front here in Atlanta.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. It's your mission. It's your Verizon.
When you look back on this day, you might remember the heat wave. Or the kiddie pool that definitely looked bigger online. Or a burst of strawberry shortcake flavor and real strawberries swirled into an icy slush, topped with vanilla ice cream and flurries of sweet, crunchy sugar crystals. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slide incident. Sonic $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
It's orientation day. Welcome to the team.
I like this team. Be part of something greater. Toyota, let's go places.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Get crafts, sporting goods, restaurants, and the future of NASCAR all from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
For 75 years, you've been here with us. Fans of names and numbers, of family and flags, of sights and sounds and speed.
There goes Blaney.
Fans of going fast until there's no more race to run. So to all
that's Allmendinger running in 5th too.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your devotion. From all of us at NASCAR, thank you.
So, was that the 5 broken chair? What?
Keselowski here at
Mr.
Atlanta.
69.
He's won twice before, looking to make
Brian
it
Blaney
3.
is Mr. 69.
Under 8 laps to go in stage
This rain,
2.
yeah. This
Where
rain's
you see
probably
the
going to be
radar
here
in
at the
the
end of
lower
the
right
stage.
corner of your screen.
This is
Rain
probably
on
the
its
final
way.
few laps of the race. Just race, pretty much the end of the. We're racing to the end of the race right now with this end of the stage.
Win as an owner, remember RFK, Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, co-owner of this team and the 17 to the inside of him.
Busher was trying to help earlier. It seemed like he was trying to block, but now he's on the inside by himself. Will Brad come down and work with him?
Brad's throwing a massive block right there on the 12. Blaney almost got to the right rear quarter panel. 6 to go in the stage. What else do they have left?
It's picking up now. Here comes the 17. A little bit of momentum. A.J. Allmendinger helping out at the 16 on the bottom line.
Can the 17 slide in behind the 6? No, he couldn't.
The situation is tough for the 17 because he wants to side draft Brad, but he knows that's not going to help Brad. That's going to hurt his team.
It's going to go around.
Hamlin's around.
By the 48.
Hamlin and Bowman. Caution is out. This probably will end the stage and the race. This is probably the race.
Running in 7th and 8th position.
Brad Keselowski probably just won.
Or 48 up the racetrack. Good save by
Because the rain's probably going to be here any minute.
Cars. He tries to get
Maybe I'm wrong, but
flat right front tire.
With the debris that's being put out, this could end stage 2. Take another look.
48 gets loose right here. Looks like, yep, loose up the track he goes. And how does he get contact here? Yeah, just letting down the track, and he just has to lock it up.
I've been watching Alex Bowman. He's had his hands full. I've seen multiple times have to be all the way out of the gas off of turn 2. People stacking up behind him.
I'm going
to see right here. He knows he's in trouble. You saw the flames come out of the exhaust pipe. That was him out of the gas. Just couldn't keep it off of Hamlin.
Bubba Wallace, Haley, both clearing him. There's Mike McDowell going through the grass.
Mike McDowell's actually recovered pretty well from that damage earlier.
This is what we talked about, guys, when this race started. We had no idea, the teams had no idea how much handling was going to matter. And had they made the right adjustments, remember, there was no practice here. Only qualifying. So the teams never ran in these tracks.
Your middle, clear high. Hang on to it there. Hang on to it. 40, you got it. Lock it down. Lock it down. Drive straight there.
I love how the spotter in mid-wreck says 48 got us. Go ahead and let them know what happened.
Now, what does NASCAR do here? What do you think, Steve? 4 to go before the end of the stage. You got rain. What do you do?
Well, the interesting thing is, they have to make a decision. They won't open pit road if they don't believe they can restart before the end of the stage. They've said in the past that they will just ride around to the end of the stage, finish the stage. So the question is, how quickly can they get it cleaned up? And it looks like they might be able to. It's 3 to go now. I don't believe they can open pit road on 3 to go and catch up the field, 2 to go, and restart. So I think we're going to see 3 pace laps here, 3 caution flag laps to end the stage.
You once saw a chair with a missing wheel?
A wild ride.
Or are you talking about
Denny
chairs?
Hamlin got tagged by the 48 of Alex Bowman out front.
You've been talking about chairs this whole
Here in
stream.
Atlanta.
Sure, there's food at home. But isn't it a double with extra pickles, a side of fries, and a high C at home? Don't be ridiculous.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree. Breasttree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Advance in Advance Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehards choose Die Hard.
And Advance Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Oh, well now Keselowski's being told that the rain could be 15 minutes out.
Abuela?
Alright, so maybe, yeah, we'll probably get restarted then.
Put a smile on your plate with new pancake tacos. Because when you fold a pancake in half, you get a taco. Or in this case, 3 for $6. Try all 4 flavors. Here for a fun time, not a long time. Only from IHOP.
Track cleanup continues after the most recent caution, moving the 11 and the 48s. And under 2 laps to go, so they didn't open pit road because we're under 2 laps to go before the end of the stage. But they are going to go to the end of the stage and then open pit road immediately at the end of stage 2.
Okay,
so
that's
the track
smart.
being cleaned currently, and the field will come around and get the 1 to go signal. 1 to go in stage 2. Now 1 to go before they restart.
I'm going to tell you, I needed the caution to catch my own breath. I mean, this has been some of the most intense 30 or 40 minutes of action. And I want to just tip my hat to the drivers, Dale and Jeff, right? Marcus,
So we're on the
we
final
this
lap
way,
of stage
NASCAR
2.
right package, but in the end, the drivers have put this unbelievable commitment into this style of racing, and the show that they are putting on is unreal. Brad Keselowski
Saying rain might be 10 minutes away.
Here, let's listen into the radio.
Oh man, I don't know. What's the latest lightning strike? The rain is moving in faster than the lightning now. So I would say the rain is, my guess is 10 minutes. So
10 minutes.
20 laps. We have 14 laps of fuel. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Right at it.
10 minutes is 20
So
laps.
he's actually considering, so right here on the left, let's take a look, right? You see 82.
But I don't even know if staying out would be
That is the last
the
time
right
these cars
idea,
were on pit
because
road. So Keselowski is basically out of gas, or as you just heard, very close. Allmendinger, Wallace, Bell, they could stay on the racetrack, but if the 6 stays on the racetrack,
everyone's just
he's
going to eat
have
you
to
up.
hit very quickly in this next
Fresh
stage.
tires
As
once
soon as the
the race
caution came out, Steve,
restarts.
you said to Matt McCall, his crew chief, I do not envy you in this situation. Steve, how about this? Brad came back after a little discussion. We heard a little bit of it there on the radio and said, I think we need to do whatever we need to do to complete the race. So would you see that meaning maybe they're going to pit?
I think you have to pit. I mean, they have 78 laps on the fuel. I mean, if this thing restarts, he's going to pit in 5 or 6 laps. And remember, as long as pit road is,
All
you're
right.
going to lose at least
So
one.
Brad Keselowski wins stage 2.
I don't think you can throw away a good run.
Well,
I know he wants to
here he
win a
comes.
race, but, you know, Brad Keselowski is inside the playoff picture.
There he goes,
the
wins
point is
stage
you're gonna
2.
win the stage and bucket 10 of them, Dave, but you can't let the emotion of a potential win throw away what you've done all year long in points, in my opinion. I think they're going to have to pit.
And there you see Keselowski getting the stage win right there. But consider this as well, and know this. They changed this race car. They were on pit road a long time.
AJ might be in the right spot, because if I was AJ, I'd definitely stay out.
On the left and right front suspension.
I'd definitely stay
They
out,
lifted this
but
car up so that it would race well.
AJ or
That's how Brad got to the
Bubba,
front.
hell, even McDowell with 66 laps run, I'd still stay out.
That they've been running, and as far as fuel running out, well, Allmendinger probably looks pretty good here. Only 36 laps. Let's listen into his radio.
Best fuel position of anybody else, but we're gambling on weather. It looks like it's closing in, and I'm leaning towards staying out here. The only other option would be we pit.
All right, Brad's pitting. Everybody else looks like they're pitting.
So who?
Just AJ, and then
McDowell.
McDowell.
Thinking that this one might be shortened by rain. Allmendinger's going to do it.
I love the call for Allmendinger. He's outside the playoff picture, not a long ways, but I think he has enough fuel.
Allmendinger, McDowell, Jones are staying out.
35 or 40.
Byron.
Now they're staring at each other on this long pit road. Brad sees who stayed out. Now the most important thing is the 6, the 12, the 7.
Suarez.
You see how many other cars are pitting, so he's going to restart kind of mid-pack. He'll have a chance. I think we'll see enough racing. You can try to get back to the front.
And quite a few cars heading toward you, Marty.
Just like his teammate and owner, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher is pretty comfortably in the playoffs, so Scott Graves reminded him of that. We can't take any crazy risk here. Been very happy with the car, just a little bit too free when it's in traffic. They're going to take their 4 fresh Goodyear tires here in Sunoco Fuel, Dave.
Blaney's happy with his 12 car. They talked about 4 tires. We'll see if that's where they go. They were talking in code for Brad Keselowski. It looks like 4 tires from Goodyear and Sunoco Fuel for each of the 12 and the 6.
The race off pit road.
So Bubba wins the race off pit road.
Stayed out on the racetrack, so we'll see.
But there is all, yeah, like.
Bubba Wallace.
Honestly, I don't know if.
Pit road, Mark Truex Jr.
I don't know if that was the right call to pit.
It has been wild and crazy on the high banks of Atlanta up to this point. We're getting ready for the final stage.
In my day, I tried keeping up with the game. Now with the power of Xfinity 10G network, my little bro is the game.
Hi.
With the Xfinity 10G network, he sees the game from every angle with barely any lag.
You're a good bro.
My little brother, more like my big MVP. Xfinity is a game changer.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Grimace knows one thing. The more people you invite to your birthday, the more birthday shakes you get. Get Grimace's birthday shake with 10-piece McNuggets or a Big Mac when you order Grimace's birthday meal.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Let's say you'll need headlights and a bumper. At least you can skip the car wash. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
Ricochet made Logan Paul go viral.
Will the next viral moment happen on Raw? Live Monday at 8, only on USA.
The car accident can change your life and the lives of those you love instantly. Beyond the physical damages, there are emotional and financial damages as well. And picking up the pieces alone can feel almost impossible. I'm attorney Jack Alexander. We understand. It's personal, and that's why we're here to help. Injured? Call James Alexander Law for your free consultation.
Check out the 8th wonder of the world, Great Barrier Reef at Outback. Climb this mountain of blooming cheesiness, dive into bold new flavors, and explore the best of land and sea, starting at just $16.99. For a limited time, new Great Barrier Reefs, only at Outback Steakhouse.
Itch, scratch, must not, itch.
Stop the itch sanity with Cortisone 10 for bug bites, poison ivy, and other itches. Cortisone 10 is #1 doctor recommended. It works fast and lasts for hours. Cortisone 10.
With Larson out of the race, let's hear from him before the green flag comes back out. He's standing by with Kim.
And Kyle Larson out of the race. We saw the spin. What happened? And then ultimately, what took you out of contention?
Yeah, on the spin, I haven't seen the replay, but I think I was just late and slow to protect the top, and the 43 must have been just really close to me and got me loose and spun, got the flat, and then I thought we were going to be lucky enough to just be able to drive right to my pit stall and change. We changed the right rear and didn't get the right front change, and then that exploded on pit road or on the apron, and then had to lose some laps or a lap for the damage, and then just had a little bit of a tire up still, and ultimately just ended up giving out. And
that interview was a while ago.
I hate that I made the mistake there that put us in this position, but was having fun up until the spin and thought I was doing a decent job. Finishing second the stage, so just wish I could have got to the end, but most of the time I feel like it's my fault or other people's fault why I DNF, but tonight was my fault, so a little bit of a bummer.
And this DNF ending a streak of top 10 finishes for the number 5 team.
Yeah, dejected Kyle Larson there. The top 9 right now, 7 of them winless this year.
We
talked about this was an opportunity, and who was it an opportunity for? McDowell, we saw damage earlier. He's recovered well. Allmendinger on the outside. Jones. Suarez looking for a win.
All right.
Yaley. Custer. I mean, it's a long list.
Going green. We are actually going green. But rain probably in like 5 minutes. This literally could be it. Green flag.
Michael McDowell on the inside. Back to racing. Here the final stage in Atlanta.
McDowell's got the lead.
McDowell surging ahead with the help of Byron behind him.
All clear. Get up there and take his line away. There you go.
You have to assume that it's going to rain any lap, so
Here comes AJ.
Treat it like it's the last one.
All the way up. Pushing that 16 right up against the wall, and then Allmendinger surging ahead. He takes the lead back.
Byron's in second.
Do you go to the bottom? Do you go to the top? What line's coming from behind? Here comes the 34.
Here's McDowell again.
To the inside. He's got to run. What a comeback for him with the damage they have on that right front.
Anyway, Byron side by side now for second. A little help. Suarez is coming up behind Byron.
Big run. Big run at the 24 to the outside.
You just heard block the bottom, so Byron's going up high.
Here comes Byron for the lead.
I think Suarez goes with him. Down the back straightaway, that's going to clear the 24. Suarez getting help as well from the 38, but the 34, McDowell right there.
It's literally a ticking time bomb right now. Like, it's just any time the caution could come out, and pretty much probably the race will be over.
Wide to the outside of Kyle Busch.
We're starting to see that 3 wide on the very top work. Remember, William Byron spun lap 80. Looked like he was in big trouble, Marty.
So the drivers up front like William Byron, they can go pretty far here, Jeff, about 40 laps or so. But Michael McDowell sitting there in third. Junior, you mentioned the amazing recovery on that bottom lane there in the black and white 34. They can only run, Travis Peterson tells me, about 12 to 15 laps, so they're banking on the rain.
It's all around the racetrack right now.
You got it. Everyone's got to fucking go crazy right now if you want to win.
I think McDowell with that damage is okay in the draft. It seems like every time he's the lead car, which he kind of is right now on the bottom lane, that damage is definitely slowing down overall speed. And here comes the 6. Brad Keselowski wants to get back into the mix. It's crazy back here. 3 wide for multiple rows. Big runs coming.
AJ, you got to do something, bro. Like, it's literally a ticking time bomb. I don't know why everyone's racing so calm right now.
Slim Jim, number 47 to the bottom.
Getting a little help from Keselowski.
Suarez.
Suarez underneath Allmendinger.
Remember, Trackhouse Racing going for 3 in a row. Chastain has won. SVG won a week ago on the streets of Chicago. And now Suarez trying to get to victory lane.
I bet J.J. Yaley in that 15 car in 5th place.
And a good qualifying run in that car. Not totally shocked to see him up here.
Todd Gilliland in the 38.
Kyle Busch right up in that 3rd groove, trying to get around off the top of 2.
Byron out front.
Here comes the 19.
It's so weird. Like, you're racing to an undetermined distance.
True, look at the 18, or the 8, I'm sorry. Kyle Busch.
Like, imagine an NBA game and they're just like, yeah, play. We're not going to tell you when it ends.
McDowell making a move underneath Suarez. McDowell's got damage on that car. I don't think it's as fast as he wants it to be. It's that right front fender damage. We're hearing that drops are starting to fall a little bit.
Drops are starting to fall.
This could be the race for the win.
Come on, AJ.
The rain stays long enough. Busch making the move.
Yep, went to the middle, hangs out,
AJ, you got to do something.
He clears.
Byron looking for his 4th win already, the winningest driver in 2023. Allmendinger right into
trouble! Harvick's around.
Kevin Harvick.
No caution. We're green. We stay green.
Right now we see no caution.
He's in turns 1 and 2.
Running 21st when he spun out of the pack. J.J. Yaley trying to help this 99 get clear.
Harvick's slow.
It's going to be a really tough decision for NASCAR. He's off the racing surface, but very close to the bottom lane in 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 wide racing. It looks like they're going to allow the field to go by at speed.
That's wild.
Let's see that race for third. That 99 is clear. He's going to get a run here on the 16. He's by himself, though, so it won't be a really big run. Now, J.J. Yaley and the 34, McDowell side by side. That finally gets sorted out. McDowell back to the inside. Here comes Kyle Busch to the top. 3 wide from
Yeah,
fourth.
Kyle.
Big run by Kyle Busch in the 8 on the outside.
Hadn't heard Kyle's name all night long. Been mired in traffic all night. Now up to the top 5. Brad Keselowski in that 6 on those new tires, though. Clears them both.
Yeah, cleared them easily.
Keselowski up to 5th.
There you go. No threat out back.
That's TJ Major spotted for Brad Keselowski. He sounded like an auctioneer all night long trying to keep that car out front. Now's their battle for second place here.
Suarez to the high side. Suarez trying to take that second spot away. He's going to get a little bit of a help. Little push.
And those cars side by side creates a bigger hole in the air for Brad Keselowski to run into. Big run. But Kyle Busch got on the outside.
Here comes Suarez.
16 blocked the run. Kyle's able to jump to the outside of Brad when he had to lift. Side by side, still for second.
And that was so much momentum lost for Brad.
Big push from Allmendinger to Suarez. Suarez now closing the gap again to the 24 of Byron.
Here comes Suarez.
Suarez tries the top. Can't get there.
McDowell and Allmendinger.
Get him crossed up and let's go.
Fighting for that 3rd spot. Riding along with Busch. Another run on the high side. Marty.
What a marvelous job for Michael McDowell. Jeff, here is the problem. They just told him a moment ago, you're about 4 to 5 laps from running out of fuel altogether. So how would you manage that, Jeff? If you runs out of fuel in the middle of the pack,
McDowell?
it's going to be a disaster for everybody.
Yeah, it would be. The only thing you can do is stay in the gas. That's all you can do. It starts to run out, just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah,
Maybe
McDowell's
it's
almost out,
lane.
so.
And as a driver, there's just not much you can do.
And he's running on fumes now. That's the driver of the 34.
Oh, we got a spin.
Oh, trouble!
5th and 6th. Ryan
Caution, and that's probably it. But I said that last time.
Caution has come out.
Bubba's around. I think that was Priest, yeah.
Now the cars that are short on fuel are in full save mode. Hoping that they're going to get some drops on the racetrack.
Steve, it's an impossible situation for those guys that are low on fuel. The rain it's right here. And we've been hearing reports about drops in turns 4. Let's see what happened in this wreck.
Right side of the screen, the 41 lifting for the 12 gets tagged by the 47 of Stenhouse down the racetrack into the right front of Bubba Wallace.
Look at Chris Buescher doing a nice job of getting slowed down. Denny Hamlin threads his way through.
I'm with you, Jeff. I think if you're, if you got a pit, you're going to have to probably push it as long as you can on this yellow flag. You stay out to the very end of the 1 to go signal and then come down pit road.
I think the only car that has to pit is Michael McDowell. He was last on pit road at lap 95. So he is basically on fumes. Take a look on board with the 11.
Oh, watch right here. Easy. Get down, up. You can see, he just couldn't get slowed down. Kevin Harvick. Wow, that was
sure what started that.
Yeah. And, I mean, here's my thing. I'd still love if we could get this track dry, too. I'd be fine waiting until fucking 3 a.m. I don't care.
Frustrated. No cost of 5 laps down.
81 to go. See Mark Truex Jr. in the 19. 51 of Cole Custer also on pit road.
Still, on my weather app, it says it's not raining there.
Atlanta when they were wrecking behind him.
I mean, it literally still says. Now it's saying at 10 p.m. it'll rain, but it says right now it's not. But now the radar is saying, my radar is saying that the rain will come around 10:10. But I don't really trust my radar.
eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave?
Yep. Wait.
How are those new wipers?
Remember Byron spun and went a lap down? Yeah.
Just go to
Pretty
eBay
impressive
Motors, where the
comeback.
check means a guaranteed fit. Let's ride.
You gotta see this. The weather check's here.
Wow, that was fast.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser measured floor liners, no drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone. WeatherTech.
If we've learned anything from Grimace, it's that you're never too old for a McDonald's birthday party. Celebrate this June with Grimace's birthday shake when you order his birthday meal only at McDonald's.
I've probably gotten up more times this stream than I ever have in a stream.
Doctor about Breasttree. Breasttree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Cleanup continues on the front stretch and around the track. As we get ready for the restart, there will be 78 laps to go next time by.
Talk about your windshield into one. Got big lightning. I got rain and the lights up here.
That, of course, is going to be the person leading the race.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's pouring. It's like a 100-year storm in turn one for the leader. It's downpours, just like it was last week.
Now here's the radar.
So, I mean, there's no doubt it is closing in, breaking up a little bit in areas, but it's definitely inside that closest ring to the racetrack.
What you know, they can track that rain pretty well. The lightning is the part that's really hard to figure out. We all know the lightning policy. If we get a lightning strike, we're down for 30 minutes. So that's what's really hard to try to keep an eye on.
So right there is the magic, guys. We figure they can go 70, 75 green flag laps. Now McDowell's going 86, but of those 86, 21 of them were yellow. Everyone else has about 16 laps of yellow. So Byron probably has a solid, 25, 28 laps left of fuel. McDowell's
I don't even know if that's
gonna be on fumes,
really
buddy.
raining.
Yeah, but you got to give Travis Peterson, the young, aggressive crew
Let's
chief
go.
for Michael McDowell, a little credit here. You can't hit a home run, Steve, if you don't get up to the plate and take a swing, right? So what he decided to do here is, even when pit road opens, they're not going to pit. They're only going to pit when they get one lap to go, if the fuel holds out even for that. Michael McDowell just told the guys, I'm so proud of you. We have an amazing car. I hope this doesn't take us out of a shot to win the thing. But what about the crew chief, Steve, making that call to at least try something, right?
Absolutely. I love the gamble. You see McDowell barely in at +3 right now in the current position. Now, I will say, though, not to be Debbie Downer, he has to be very careful at one to go because of the length of the pit road here in Atlanta. So normally, pit road's mostly just a front stretch. You can pit at one to go, so your car can catch back up. My feel for McDowell is if he pits at the end of the backstretch coming to one to go and runs all the way around it, this slow pit road.
My TV's glitching like a bitch right
I
now.
haven't looked at the data, but he might be well behind the pack.
All right.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to take yourself out. I'm sure
Good now.
Travis has thought of this. He's a very bright crew chief. Worked with some big organizations. He's got a great opportunity here, and they're doing a great job. I mean, it takes real leadership to get that car repaired the way it is with the right front fender taped back together and be here running inside, the top 5.
Pit road's still closed, and NASCAR is hearing from drivers and their spotters on the racetrack. There are raindrops in the area, so again, we mentioned earlier, caution is what NASCAR is always worried about. They want to make sure that they would never put
Light sprinkles on turn 1 and light rain on the backstretch.
non-cautious situation.
Well, the problem for McDowell is he really wants a lightning strike that will instantly stop the cars on pit road, because in light rain, NASCAR has shown that they'll keep the cars out there, keep the temperature in the racetrack. To your point, Rick, not if it gets too heavy, But, you know, we're looking
Very
at
light like
the
this, we
fuel
can
burn
go.
on this 34. He has to be down to basically nothing in this car.
Steve, I like NASCAR not opening pit road right now. If you're hearing rain on the racetrack in certain areas, trying to keep it fair for everybody, try not to open pit road until they feel that they can get, the track. They know the track's not going to get wet and they go back green.
Yeah, I absolutely have to agree as much as I don't want to. I want to put it in the positions of the crew chiefs, but I do think with imminent weather and the radar looking the way it is, if it was a pop-up shower, I would disagree with Jeff and say, no, you got to decide if we're going to keep running, not run. That's part of being a crew chief. But that is not a pop-up shower. That's a major storm that's been moving here. So, Jeff, I think you and I are on the same page here, but I'm going to leave myself some wiggle room in future races to disagree on the same call.
Well, there comes a time, too, where, if it doesn't start raining in the next few minutes, you got to open pit road. We got to go back racing. They're just trying to be fair to the teams right here.
All right, let's let you know how we got to this point. Richard Childress behind the wheel of the 29. Historic run here. There's again the first win for Kevin Harvick back in 2001 after Dale Earnhardt passed at Daytona.
Then the action started very quickly. Harrison Burton in the 21 just gets free, spins down the backstretch. You see right here, does a great job not hitting anything too significant, but with the flat tires did lose some laps.
Tyler Reddick with perhaps the save of the day.
The rain did a 180 and headed the other way.
Straight away. Blaney winning stage one.
Truex has a little trouble on pit road. He would recover and drive back up through the field, but turned around.
Pit road issues were more than just contact. Pit penalties galore. The 25 of William Byron had a penalty, sent him all the way to the back, gave up some track position. He was up front when this occurred.
Damage right here. Big spin by William Byron. We thought he was in big trouble here, but guess what? That's the guy right there that's leading the race.
Then the 5 Larson gets turned around. And this would end his day. He would blow the right front tire trying to get back around and get tires on this car after the spin. Tire explode right here. Destroys that car.
Then the 7 of Corey LaJoy's of contact in the 43, one coming down the racetrack, one coming up. In the end, the 7 gets spun around, multi-car incident. Not a lot of heavy damage, but multiple cars involved.
See Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman got loose, got at the racetrack, got it to the side of Denny
A little
Hamlin,
heavier rain around the track. They haven't lost the track
Harvick
yet.
goes for a spin on the front straightaway after some contact with the 11. He would roll around the bottom of the racetrack, get tires, end up losing 5 laps.
And the most recent 41 of Ryan Freese, 23 of Bubba Wallace spinning. Wreck avoidance, A+ by the field. Missing that 41, sliding through the middle of the track. Marty, give us a weather update. How's it down there?
It is starting to sprinkle just a little bit, so don't believe what the drivers are telling you, like William Byron's team talking about how it's raining really hard here at the track. But what a crazy night for this 24 team. Talked about how fun this race was early on. Then they had the pit road penalty you just saw in the race recap a moment ago. Then the spin that you saw as well. No discussion at all about coming to pit road clearly for this team. All they've talked about is rain choice. And Kim, they're selling that it's pouring everywhere here at Atlanta, even though it's not really.
Well, Marty, for Daniel Suarez in P2, he has put a ton of pressure on himself to win.
Apparently they're red flagging it this lap. That's what Bob said.
Racing, but he came into this race using it as a reset race to kind of take a step back and refocus. Well, that was headed into the race. Now he finds himself in P2. It becomes a little bit tougher, and that anxiety and that pressure starting to ratchet up, Dave, for the driver of the number 99.
Good night for AJ Allmendinger.
Yep,
He's
they're bringing
led
the
6
cars
laps,
down
but he
pit
could
road
not
now.
keep the 19 behind him. He said that, the 99 car behind him. He said that car is fast. I couldn't block him. And as you see now, they are bringing the cars down pit road. AJ's been providing AccuWeather reports to his team. And the last one was, yep, it's intensifying. So looks like NASCAR has made the call to bring him down pit road, Rick.
Yeah, NASCAR has let us know that they're going to bring the field onto pit road and stop the cars.
Yeah, Rick, you said it a couple times. We should remind everybody, Daytona, we've seen cars drive off into rain, cause a big accident. We've seen that happen in New Hampshire. So NASCAR's been very...
Like I said, I'd wait till fucking 3
a.m.
a.m. to go back racing.
Speedway racing, and look, pop-up shower in Florida. The entire 3/4 of the field wrecks. The whole front half, the front 3/4. The 3-car of Austin Dillon sneaks by and gets his way into the playoffs with this win. But that's what we're trying to avoid. Frustrating, right? You say, well, it's barely raining, but the problem is, when does that turn into downpour at 175 miles an hour?
Yeah, then after, then they went on, they got going green again. It's all a heck of a race. But after that, NASCAR had made a policy change, and they started putting people outside the racetrack. They actually they tried some rain detection devices, but basically just
It's been a great race, yeah.
Around the racetrack, outside the racetrack.
I want to keep
See if
going.
rain's in the area, so they were probably getting noticed.
I really don't care how long I have to wait. I'll wait all fucking night for this race.
That's why we didn't go back green right there. Just NASCAR learning from that Daytona situation and not making that mistake again.
All the cars about to come to a stop on pit road. The crews are bringing the covers out. Rain in the area here in Atlanta.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing all cylinders.
The Sonic 2 for $7 deal lets you choose from a Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, and 6-piece mont sticks. Any combination you want. It's like your birthday, but without that weird email from your dentist. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Okay, got it.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Let's say you'll need headlights. At least you can skip the car wash. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
He will enjoy this walk down the 18th.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist.
And Home Device Protect.
Helping families through difficult times has been my family's passion for over 100 years. I'm so proud to see my son and grandson continue serving Central New York families.
Providing funeral and cremation services, we will continue to work within your budget. We will create the perfect celebration of your loved one's life. I am honored to be the 5th generation of Puros, being taught to always go above and beyond families' expectations. Thomas J. Puro Jr. Funeral Home. We treat you like a member of our family.
NASCAR is racing in the streets of Chicago.
We'll wind them up here in 6th. Oh no, the 9 of Chase Elliott. We've seen a little bit of action everywhere. This is the parking lot that we expected. Here he comes, battle for the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen to the inside.
Haley is right there. Gonna retake the lead. That's 91 back to the inside into turn 4.
Gisbergen has been perfect.
Van Gisbergen. Ráfordulatíra egyenesre. NASCAR történelem Chicagóban. Van Gisbergen.
Bandeira quadriculada para ele. Nee, voor Gisbergen. Hij doet het. Hij wint in Chicago.
Shane Van Gisbergen, mais la performance de Justin Haley quand même est à relever. Shane Van Gisbergen, wygrywa na torze w Chicago.
Van Gisbergen, I think, shocked the NASCAR world a week ago, coming in and beating the best. And I think so many people had so much respect after that race was over.
Well, his performance was kind of the cherry on top.
So the
of
race has
amazing
been
weekend, right?
stopped.
To see that
That's
street
probably
course come
it.
to life in
Doesn't
Grant
really look
Park,
like it's raining all that hard.
Right on the shores of Lake
But-
Michigan,
Alright.
skyline in the background. I walked the course multiple times before it being what we saw last weekend. I didn't know how it would race. Not disappointed. Great racetrack. And really just a whole spectacular
I'm down to
weekend
wait.
other than the floods we had on Sunday morning of rain.
Torrential downpour.
Oh man, it was crazy weather.
2 weeks in a row we've had intense racing. Tonight is, I don't even know how to tell somebody what I saw tonight. Racing in stage 1 and 2. I honestly don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. There's obviously not a track like this, Jeff, on the circuit that kind of combines mile-and-a-half racing with.
This is honestly like one of the best and one of the worst tracks at the same time. Like, it's so crazy. It's hard to explain.
Treachery out there.
It's like there's moments where you're like, this is fucking terrible. And there's moments where you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Teams, everybody have just done a great job. And it has been intense. It has been an extremely intense race. It started early with an early caution, and it just kept coming at us.
Well, the common denominator has been rain from Chicago to here now, and that's why we're under a red flag condition. Before the rain came, before the red flag condition,
don't look like it's raining to me, but alright, Sheena, I guess that's how it's going to be.
Out of the race after an incident on lap 123. What happened?
I'm not sure, Kim. I saw some guys get turned around. Super slick conditions on track. I did not run a single lap wide open in our Worldwide Express Chevy tonight, all weekend in qualifying or here in the race. So definitely a lack of grip.
I don't even see rain. That's my point exactly.
Because obviously
that is my point exactly.
Bummer for my dad turning 60 yesterday. Wanted to, he's in so many races. It doesn't bother him too much, but just for me to give him a good birthday present would have been cool. But it's just it's one of those things. We weren't far enough up where we wanted to be. The wreck happened. I went to the brake pedal, got really tight, and went up the track and tore the right front suspension off of it.
So that was Ross Chastain, and a few have been eliminated from the race. Austin Hill being one of them, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, the three that are out.
Oh yeah, that shot. Now you can see it's raining.
A little bit more now. As the covers are on the cars. Still out front, it's William Byron. So many great sports moments coming out of this town.
I'm looking at the dive Doppler there. About to get baptized or get a boat. I say we fucking just.
It's open until midnight or later. So give in to those cravings. Get that baconator.
I don't know. That's my thing. Is it's like I want the race to go back green, but I also don't like rain racing in the ovals. I think rain racing on ovals would be terrible, honestly.
Go night mode and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Baconator.
Looks like you got a corner office. Lucky.
Part of something greater.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale is happening now. Right now, you can save up to $500 on new mattress arrivals like the Temper Breeze and Purple Luxe mattresses. Plus, pay 0% interest for 60 months. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
You like that bone? I got a great price on it.
Did you see my tail when that Chewy box showed up?
Oh, I saw it.
My tail goes bonkers for treats at great prices. Sorry about the vase.
Save more on what they love with everyday great prices at Chewy.
Moving this summer? Join the 6 million families who discovered a smarter, more flexible way to move with Pods. Save up to 30% off until July 10th. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, save up to 30% at pods.com today.
Here we are, months into the season, and already a year's worth of drama.
Well, actually, they're saying rain is forecasted to last 45 to 60 minutes, and then 90 minutes to dry the track. Honestly, if that's the fucking case, let's just fucking ride this out, dude. Like, let's seriously ride this out. I'm so serious. Like, I'll wait till 1 a.m. I don't give a fuck.
Nascar is on USA. It's a race for the playoffs.
If that's what they're saying, is that it's only forecast to last 45 to 60 minutes, then, dude, seriously. We'll play some video games, we'll wait this out, like, but I need to know that we're waiting it out.
Sunday, 2 Eastern on USA.
But I know that a lot of you guys might be leaving right now, just because you're assuming that the race is going to be ending. I wouldn't, but I know some of you might be. I do want to say that next week I will be live for the Xfinity race. I will, or most likely. I'm going to say most likely. There is a slight chance I'm not, I guess. But yeah, so I will be streaming Xfinity next week, but I will not be streaming Cup because I will be at the race. I will be at the race. Obviously, we'll be getting video. But yeah. And then if I am not live next week, like I said, I'm pretty confident that I will be. But if I'm not live next week for the Xfinity race, then the next time you guys would see me is literally the Indy Road Course. Or whatever. I think that's after Pocono, right? Or is that Richmond now? I think it's actually Richmond now. That's after.
Been covered up on pit road. The rain's starting to come down a little
Pretty
bit
sure.
A big cell is just to the south and west of the racetrack, and it's moving to the east. And so you see it there. This is just the start of it. Again,
yeah, Indianapolis Road Course is after.
McDowell, Busch, all in the top 5.
Oh, wait, no.
And it was some of the most intense racing.
Yeah, Richmond is after Pocono. So if I don't stream Xfinity next week, I won't see you guys till Richmond. Because I'll be at Pocono too. And I'll be in Boston on the week of the Xfinity race.
Talk about his car being out of control.
Or on the day of the Xfinity race and truck race, so I won't be like live streaming during that.
You see the word on the top of the pylon, checkered. That means that NASCAR has called
Alright, they've called the race.
William Byron gets his 4th win of the season, his 8th career win.
William Byron wins at Atlanta.
For young William Byron.
There we go.
He was able to be in the right place at the right time when the weather came in. Party.
And chatting it over with Michael McDowell, who's also very happy that this thing rained out. Man, I don't even know where to start with your day. You said it was so much fun early on. Then the penalty on pit road, then the spin. How did you guys come back and make this happen?
Yeah, just teamwork. You know, honestly, I don't completely understand this one. It's just, it's a really good feeling. I've never had a rain victory like this, but just thanks to Exalta Chevrolet, I mean, it's cool, man. We were through so much throughout the night, spinning through the infield, destroyed the bottom of the car, dragging it around the apron, trying to stay on the lead lap. And
race is official. William Byron wins.
Back in traffic, but
99 is cursing in French,
and then,
yeah.
And then stay out. And once we got towards the front, it was okay. We could honestly make the right decisions, block okay, and got the lead from AJ, and just was able to manage the runs. So just a crazy night.
Well, the guys in the booth were saying some of the most amazing racing they have seen behind the wheel. How was the racing tonight?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I think that's all you can ask for on a super speedway. We want handling to matter. We want to be able to drive the things, and I felt like the first stage was really fun. I was able to make some moves on the bottom, and you're lifting every corner, so it's really it's different than a 550 old style race, but it's more packed up. But
I was willing to sit here and wait it out. Honestly, I really was.
Certainly edgy back in traffic,
but
we made it, like I said, a good call, and we got it towards the front.
Like honestly, we could have, dude. Like we could have. Who cares, dude? Like what's on after this? Fucking
so you
probably
and I talked
dumb
a few weeks
shit.
ago, and you said all the success early in the year, the summer is very important to us. We need to show
Like
up.
a Law and Order, okay.
How significant?
Not even a new
2014,
episode.
This championship hopeful run that you are going to go
Like
on here
reruns.
to get a win here in the summer.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, we're just keeping our heads in it. We, over the last few weeks, we finished in the top 15.
Well, Tour de France does come on at 2 a.m.,
the days we had
so
really good cars, we finished in the top 5.
that
so
makes
just
sense. That's
a matter of
probably
staying
why
with
they.
it. Today was definitely a lucky break. I can't overstate that. We were in the lead, but certainly a lot of laps to go. But just thankful for a good team to make good decisions, and like I said, to stay in the race when it's easy to kind of give up and pack it in.
Rick, it's a lucky break, but I'm sure he'll take it. You take wins, however you can get them. William Byron with his
So William Byron wins.
Win.
But remember, he gets 2 trophies, too. The Quaker State 400 trophy, as well as the Goodyear trophy, because they're celebrating their 2,000th win. Amazingly enough, the milestones.
That's insane.
The 1,000th win came by Jeff Gordon in the number 24. The 2,000th win goes to the 24 driven by William Byron. The penalty early on, putting behind. Then,
well, didn't that just be their 2000th race?
Would have been even further behind.
I mean, honestly.
They battled back, and as he said, as a team, they fought back, they kept focused, they got up front, they were at the right time up front, and William Byron wins in Atlanta. We'll be right back.
So that is it. We got 185 of 260 laps in, so 75 laps to go. We will never get to see what would have happened in that 75 laps. That'll forever be a mystery. I always think about that for the 2003 Daytona 500. Like, how would that race have ended if it didn't get rain shortened? You never know. But yeah,
you get to choose from a Sonic cheeseburger.
They better hope it rains for the next 53 hours. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, if you're gonna call it within 15 minutes, like, I'm so fucking, it's so stupid. Like, you better hope it rains for, like, 17 years. Just so you can, like, prove that you actually had to call it. But yeah. Like I said, y'all, won't be live next week for the Cup race or the week after that for the Cup race. So this will be my last Cup race that I'll stream till Richmond. But yeah. I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be live for the Xfinity race next week. When is that? Let's see.
Welcome to the playoffs. I can't believe it. I honestly cannot believe it.
Let's see when that shit is, the Xfinity race.
It was Cooper Bell who was able to get to victory lane in Loudon.
Xfinity Series.
Cup Series on track. Countdown to green starts on Saturday with 2:30 in the Xfinity Series.
3 p.m. is the race, the Xfinity race next week. So I'll be live at 2:45 for that. You know, it'll be awesome actually is if that race gets postponed till Sunday. And then I can just see 2 races. But yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and peace out.